Hey,
No,
banner celebration of the GOAT.
more.
Get another banner on his list. The Lakers. You see the Lakers?
Oh, Ticket, you don't think they deserve a banner?
And they ruined the Lakers standards, bro. Bro, you put a banner like that in a practice facility, bro. You don't put no banner like that. You are the Lakers, bro. You got two franchises that move like that. The Celtics and the Lakers, the winningest franchises. You don't put the banners like that. You put them in, and LeBron knows this too, because LeBron's great. LeBron's about winning world championships. But see, here's the thing, right? And I think that Adam Silver needs to move this whole tournament thing back. You know what I'm saying? I think he needs to move it back to later on in the season. I think it should be after like the first 40-some games, so we can really get an idea about who teams is what. Because early in the season, it's too early. Because now look what happened. Indiana's been getting smoked since there. The Lakers have been getting smoked since that championship. So the two teams that was in the championship had looked like garbage ever since the championship's been over with. So how much did the championship really show you who is who and what is what?
Well, I don't think the championship in itself is to show who the best team in the league is. Again, like you said, it's early in the season. It's a single game elimination. I think it's more so, again, whatever a single elimination tournament in any sport, I've always thought doesn't do a good job of determining who the best team is. It's about what team gets hot at the right time. Again, what team is healthy, whatever the case may be in the situation, who's playing well at the time. So again, tournament, I think it's fine, did well. The banner, like you saw, the Lakers, they put up the banner, they put the year in 2023. They left room for future years. They're going to keep that banner up and just keep adding years on that banner. So I thought
they should have never put the banner up then if it don't mean that much to you, the tournament.
I mean, hey, look, what an organization does, whether that's Genie Bus, the Lakers, they want to showcase all their accomplishments. I mean, that's perfectly fine with me.
Do you think Magic would have approved of that? Do you think Kobe would have approved of that? Do you think that? No, I'm asking you a real question. Do you think that Kareem, Magic, Kobe, Shaq, all those guys would have been approved of a tournament banner being hung in the arena?
Let's kill the Kobe logic right now, because Kobe made it clear. If you notice, it's the whatever, the crypto.com arena, it was the Staples Center. If you notice in that arena, and Bryant said it, there are no division championship banners. There are no Western Conference championship banners. The only banners up there are world championship banners. That's it.
But the thing, I mean, Chilltown, the thing I have a problem with that is I've seen the video circulating around.
I do find it weird that they don't have a banner up for that.
But look, check this out. The whole video of Kobe saying we only put up banners. I understand that 100%. That was his logic, only championships. But one, Kobe was not, God rest his soul, he was not alive to see the announcement of the tournament. He was not allowed to see the way teams played and handled the situation. So to keep using Kobe's video in his words when he wasn't even alive and he never even knew about the tournament, I just think it's weak. I think it's very disrespectful.
Here's the difference, though, Jalen. I'm not using his words. I'm thinking about other teams in the league. I'm thinking about the Miami Heat, right? I'm thinking about the Chicago Bulls, who had runs. I'm thinking about the San Antonio Spurs. I'm thinking about these other teams, and I'm only thinking about what the Lakers do. The Lakers only hang up championship banners. The Celtics have been division champions for years. There's not one division banner up in TD Garden, not one, because that team is about NBA championships. The Lakers are about NBA championships because they've been around in the league for so long. I mean, they're basically the staple of the league. The Chicago Bulls, there's a reason why they hang division banners up there. There's a reason why there's the Eastern Conference Championship up there. Because number one, they ain't used to winning like the Lakers were. They ain't used to winning like the Celtics were. Just like the San Antonio Spurs. They wasn't used to winning like these teams were. That's the standard with the Lakers. If we ain't winning the championship, or the Celtics, if we ain't winning the championship, all that other stuff doesn't matter. Now, I actually think that the Eastern Conference Championship is a big deal. I actually think that stuff is a big deal. However, these teams, they set a different standard.
I just think with the in-season tournament, it is a championship because in the sense of you have preliminary games.
You just downgraded it though.
No. What I'm saying is, look, it's not as valuable as the final championship.
You just said, and mark me if I'm wrong, Mars and Dub and Damo. This man just said that, I don't take a one single game elimination tournament serious as far as deciding who's a real champion. So if that's the case, why are you taking the championship serious, nutso? If that's the case, you shouldn't take. If you don't respect the process of winning, you should respect the result.
It's not that I respect the process of winning. I just did one game sample sizes to determine the best.
Because I'm saying this. Hold on, I'm saying this to you, and I thought about this last night. I said it was too early in the season it should be around after December when they start the tournament, because that's when you really start to see whose teams is what. Because in the first 20 games of the season, you can get one-hit wonder teams that can do stupid stuff, and it means nothing now. Because there's also been talked about, they guaranteed them a playoff spot or a spot to compete with. Now that I'm seeing how this plays out, bro, look at the Pacers and the Lakers since that championship game 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Here's the difference though, Ticket. We don't this tournament, remember what it was for. It was for what it actually accomplished. It was for viewership. It was for money. That's what it was for. And it was to get the competition level up. Now, it will later on legitimize it if the tournament champion ends up going deep into the playoffs or winning the NBA championship. But that's that's not what it was for. Why do you think it was in Vegas? That's
why was LeBron James popping champagne bottles and AD in them and had the goggles on like they won a world championship then.
I think it's something to be celebrated. I think in any tournament that you're a part of, it should be celebrated if you are
pull out the champagne. Hold on. You think they should have pulled out the goggles, the champagne, drinking out the cup, acting like they won a world championship dub?
I don't think they should. I don't think they should act like they won a world championship. That's what they do, right? I am all for celebrating your accomplishment and winning a tournament in the season. I think that's something that should be celebrated, especially if we want guys to start taking the regular season far more serious than years before. I think that's something that they should definitely do. Now, I don't think that they were looking at it like, oh, yeah, we won the world championship. But this is something that I think you should be proud of. You won a tournament that you sat here, that you were the best team out of everybody that was a part of it. And it should be celebrated. I mean, soccer has tons of tournaments in the regular. Soccer has tons of tournaments in the season, and they celebrate when they win. I think it should be celebrated.
Dub, I'm just saying it was too early in the season, bro.
I think that's too early.
Because you don't know who your teams are. The season, the first 20 games of the season.
That's the point, to get tested, to find out who you are. That's the idea. Because I'm saying it would be more competitive if you did it like closer to now. If they was doing it, like if they started the in-season tournament closer to now, I think it would be more competitive because teams would have more of a sense who are the good teams and who aren't, and teams will have more of a continuity together. When you in those first 20 games, chill time, you know this playing basketball. You're really gelling a lot of times those first 20 games as a team. You're not really seeing what team's going to be until 45, 50, 60 games in. That's when you really see it. Okay,
you feel like a month would really change that much in terms of competition? It's just been a month.
Yeah, because Damo, being on the court, this is why I be trying to tell y'all, being on the court is different than just talking. When you on the court, bro, and when I'm telling you about chemistry and I'm telling you about teams coming together, peep this, Damo. How many times do you watch LeBron James teams that have jailed later in the season versus earlier? You know why? Because it takes time for the team to come together with camaraderie, get everybody's role, get everybody defined. Like right now, right? Mm-hmm. Y'all, they get mad at me because I take a judgment on the Phoenix Suns right now, right now. And they say, oh, you should wait, give them time to jail. Okay, so now I'm saying that, but then it's a problem when I say, okay, look, well, maybe we should wait for the tournament a little bit more. Start it now where teams are more settled in, where you have a better idea of who the Mavs are. You have a better idea of who OKC is. They have a better idea who themselves is with their chemistry of their team. Early in the season, a lot of coaches are trying to figure things out. Right now, we're seeing who the Indiana Pacers are.
And that's, well, wait a minute though, Ticket, because that's not fair. Because we've seen teams later on in the season, not this early, but we've seen teams later on in the season 2 years ago. Before the in-season, before the play-in, the Boston Celtics, I think they were a play-in team, and we're in the middle of January. They're in 10th place. This team ends up in the NBA championship. The Los Angeles Lakers last year, they started the season 2-10, right? We get to the All-Star, we get to the trade deadline. This team runs off 20 of their last 28 games. So we don't, just because we're early in the season, that's not necessarily going to tell us a month into the season we're going to find out who we are. But it also is not going to tell us in January who we are neither. So
the Pacers were in the third seed. Or Mars, were they in the second or third seed, Mars? The Pacers. What's the highest they got?
They were the third seed at one point.
Right. They were the third seed. Mars, right now, 2.5 games out of the play-in.
Right. And here's the difference, though, Ticket. Before the play-in tournament, it wasn't news. We all knew that Indiana doesn't defend. Is that news now? It's not that the play-in tournament.
No. You said that. Not Ron.
I said
what's his name? You said, hold on. I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about Glaze himself, Glaze Daddy Fresh. And then Damo was with him a little bit to a certain extent. I don't think he was that hard on it, but he was paused. but he was on that train with him to a certain extent with the Indiana Pacers. We felt like the Pacers should be a playoff team. Me and Damo felt like that. Ron was acting like they was just straight garbage. But I'm just like, look, man, the players are now, those guys are getting exposed. Now, what happened is that all them dudes, the point guard, Haliburton, and them dudes got the exposure, and now teams taking them serious. And now they getting their head cracked.
They've always been. Keep going, Jalen. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just want to reiterate again. The goal of the NBA season championship that we have at the end of the season after the playoffs, where they play 7-game series, is to find the best team in the league and crown them a champion. The goal of the in-season tournament was, one, to bring more value to the games early in the season, to make a more exciting product, and to have a tournament style where, again, you have teams that go through a process of preliminary games, they have a playoff process, and you can win a championship, an in-season tournament championship, but it's not to find the best team in the league. We already do that. So I think those two things are very different in terms of.
It's just funny to me that both teams. It's just funny to me that both of the teams that was in the chip, they're both in the 8th seed in their conference, and both of them are a game to 2.5 games out of the whole tournament. I mean, out of the whole play-in. Like the Lakers right now, the Lakers right now, Chilltown, they're 2.5 games out of the whole entire play-in. Yes. So what a pay. They're both 2.5 games out of the play-in. And these were the teams that was just looking dominant. And so, like I said, if Jalen says that we should, if you say, Chill, that we should so much as winning, take the goddamn banner out the sky. Put it in the practice facility, bro. Don't disrespect all the legends who went through the grind and really won world championships to put some goddamn Penny Annie tournament championship banner up there. A sorry-ass team like Orlando, man.
Don't get me wrong, Ticket. I don't agree that this in-season tournament is the equivalent of winning an NBA championship. Absolutely not. I don't agree with that. But Dub and I had this conversation the last time he was up there. Dub, this is why I don't like the idea of guaranteeing a team an automatic spot in the playoffs. For this reason right here, what we're seeing with this, what's going on with the Lakers right now, what's going on with Indiana right now, what you do when you do that is now you make the rest of the regular season insignificant. Not only do you make the rest of the regular season insignificant, you devalue the tournament. Because the team who won the tournament can't even make the playoffs, and it just makes it look bad. That's why I am not on board with automatically awarding a team a playoff spot because you win the in-season tournament. We not Damo, and Damo, you're a college basketball guy. Damo, if North Carolina win the Maui Invitational, they ain't automatically going to the tournament. If they win the Great Alaskan Shootout, they ain't automatically going to the tournament. You still got to play in the ACC. You still got to be one of the best teams in the country in order to get to the tournament. So it's the same logic in the NBA. This is an in-season tournament. This is the Maui Classic. This is the Great Alaskan Shootout. That's what this is. But at the end of the day, you still have to play the regular season, and you still have to do your job in order to get to the postseason.
Yeah, I agree. I know they had discussions about this, about allowing the team to win the tournament, a playoff spot. That doesn't make sense to me either. Like if you're not good enough to make the playoffs, that just doesn't make sense to me at all. But the thing with the Lakers and the Pacers right now, and it happens a lot of the times, especially after like a tournament setting, is like you playing high level basketball, and then there's like a cool down period that happens with teams. Like there's a cool down period where it's like you out of that level of play, and now it's like now we got to you got to restart and everything and retool yourself. And I think the Pacers and even the Lakers are going through that right now. I think the Lakers have been unlucky with some games because I just think the matches in which they had, like the Dallas Mavericks, I mean, Luka was just on one and Dante Exum had like 7 threes. The game they lost last night, I don't think they played bad. I just think they had the short end of the stick. The Pacers has been hurt in the last 2 games as well. I mean, Tyrese didn't play against the Wolves, and Miles Turner didn't play against the Clippers. So, I mean, I don't think there's nothing too much to stress about. They should be able to turn things around. But it's neither here or there.
I don't think that changes anything, though, Dub. Their defense is still terrible. Their defense is still terrible with Miles Turner on the floor, with Tyrese Haliburton on the floor. They can't slow anybody down. They can't stop anybody. They're the worst defense in the league. They're you guys know how I feel about defensive rating, but they give up the second most points in the NBA. So, I mean, we're talking about a team that doesn't defend, doesn't protect the rim, is terrible in transition, and that starts with your point of attack guy in Tyrese Haliburton. He needs to be better defensively. Miles Turner needs to be better at the rim. He needs to be more effective at the rim, and he's not. His closeouts, his ability to recover when he gets beat, his ability to protect the rim, all of that stuff, when watching him in particular, is not there. And I don't think it's there because it's not demanded from him. That's why.
I think Indiana just understands that for them to try to win games, they're just going to need to outscore teams, putting up 120 25.
Why is that though,
points a night.
Jalen? Why?
I mean,
Why?
look, maybe their coach
Every team
understands.
needs to outscore teams to win games.
Yeah, but I think they put less of a focus on defense, similar to like the Suns in the in the mid 2000s. I just think the coach, he understands the players who he has available to him. He looks at his roster and be like, all right, we're probably not going to be an elite defensive team. We just have to go run and gun and try to outscore teams 130, 140 to win games. They're not going to win those 105 to 101 games. That's just not Indiana's DNA.
I want to give a shout out to Austin Gibson giving us a donation on the Cash App. Appreciate you, brother. What's up, panel? Can everyone name their favorite role player
this year?
Currently, I'm guessing currently this season. Can you guys name our current favorite role player? Mars, I'm gonna start off with you.
Tyrese.
That's a good one. That's a really good one, actually. Jalen?
Favorite role player, man. You know what? Shout out Patrick Beverly, man. I'm gonna give a shout out to Patrick Beverly.
Disgusting.
I was talking about him yesterday. Shout out Patrick Beverly, just still out there doing his thing. Give me Patrick Beverly.
Chilltown?
Jaden McDaniels, 100%.
Jaden McDaniels is a good one. 100%. Damo.
Jalen Brown. Jalen Brown's probably my favorite role player in the NBA. But he's a beast. But he's a dog. Honestly, any team would love to have him as the third or fourth best option. He'd be perfect on any team as the third or fourth best option.
That's the highest paid player in the NBA.
Highest paid role player in the NBA.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook, because he sacrificed for that team for all these stripper fans to run around here acting like they're gonna win a championship right now. He made that sacrifice.
You hear him, Ticket? Do you hear him, Ticket? Do you hail the Clipper fans? Like, let's just give the Clippers the trophy already.
That chill down. I ain't on top of them niggas because I already know this is what James Harden do to you in the regular season. James Harden do this every single year. He have done this for almost how many years? He been in the league, Mark? 15 years, 14 years.
Since 2009.
He been in the league for 14 years. He do this every single year. They go for a hook, line, and sinker. Dookie on his channel last night. Oh, yeah, Harden back, baby. Harden back. Man, as soon as these dudes get to the playoffs, watch what I tell you, Chilltown. They're not going to blame Kawhi. They're not going to blame Paul George. They're going to blame James Harden, the same dude that they propped it up in this entire situation. And I'm going to sit back and laugh at these niggas because once again, I went for the James Harden trap. Please. And a lot of other people have done it too. You know what I'm saying?
Damo, is it fair to say, because I know I can get with your logic with Jalen Brown. Is it fair to say that everybody's a role player? Everybody is playing a role.
I hate that. I hate that technicality.
I know it doesn't sound conventional, but everybody is playing a role, right? Rudy Gobert is a role player. Cat is a role player. Anthony Edwards is a role player. All of these dudes are role players in some aspect, right? So with Jalen Brown being a role
Cat may just be as our little pass interpretation role player. He may just be a role player. He's on a tear right now. Salute to him.
Kobe White role player on
with Jalen Brown, right? With Jalen Brown being a role player, Damo, and if we're being honest, where would you classify him as a role player? Okay, let's just say on a playoff team. What role is he on a playoff team? Just on a playoff team alone.
In terms of what option is he on the playoff team or championship team?
We just making the playoff. We ain't get to that yet. We just
making the playoff.
Yes.
He's your third best player.
Okay, so he's the third best player. He's the third best player on a playoff team. So now we're a championship contender. We're in the Western Conference Championship, maybe even getting to the NBA championship. What is he?
Your third best player.
He's the third best player. So he's the third best player on a championship contender. On a championship team, a team that wins it. What is his role? Still number 3?
Yeah, it doesn't change, man.
So he's a number 3 regardless.
Yes, he's a 3. That's his thing. He's a 3. He's the third player on the team. Whether you're making the playoffs, whether you're winning a chip, whether you're contending for the chip, 3, man. I went about when I first got on here. We went at it all this whole time about, hey man, there's 2 twos on the Celtics. Well, now they added a real one, which is Porzingis, which pushes Jason Tatum to his natural position at 2, and now Jalen Brown's in the natural position at 3. And look how great they look.
Mine is Bobby Portis. I don't know why. I just like Bobby Portis.
Oh my god,
I do too. I've always been a Bobby Portis fan. Just a dirty word guy, and you know, I said Jaden McDaniels is my favorite role player, and anybody who knows this knows I'm a Herb Jones stan. So it's between him and Herb Jones. So
Homer for me is Caleb Martin. Love Caleb Martin, but
you kind of look like him too, Doug. That's probably why.
Oh yeah, that's my brother, Doug Martin. I'm Doug Martin, and then that's Caleb, and then Cody's over in Charlotte right now.
Who's yours, Moss?
Tyrese.
You did say Eason. I'm sorry. I apologize.
And Tari Eason is actually very phenomenal. Yep. I do like what he's doing. Wavy and Adam Eden became a YouTube member. Appreciate you guys, man. His airness stand. I know y'all talking about Ja today, but the Chance Comanche case is absolutely disgusting.
I don't even know that case. What is it?
I didn't know it either. Do you guys know about it?
No, he and his girlfriend allegedly conspired.
That's the Stockton King dude.
Yeah, the Sacramento Kings G League guy. Yeah.
They found her too, by the way. They found the girl. They found the girl.
Whoa, what happened?
So I get that team one shout out, man. That's crazy. Go ahead.
So apparently, dude in the G League, him and his girlfriend, she's 19, he's 27. They are involved and apparently they got involved with this girl, and the girl disappeared, and the FBI got involved. And yeah, the FBI got involved because this girl disappeared. They couldn't find her anywhere. Well, they ended up finding her. She's dead. And I think this is going to be a classic case of you did it. No, you did it. It's these two. It's these two going to be pinning it on each other. You did it. No, you did it. And whoever gets the best deal is going to sing the loudest. That's what's going to end up happening. And I can tell you right now, a 19-year-old girl, yeah.
She gonna
say whatever insane.
When she hears them years, whatever you want to know, I'll tell you.
That's insane, bro. So salute to the family of the woman that lost their life, man. Hate to hear about things like that, man.
Glad they caught him. It ain't like before, you know. Ray Lewis, OJ got away with it. These two ain't getting away with it.
You think Ray Lewis did that?
Come on, man. We know the suit was never found. It was tossed. Ray Lewis should be in jail. OJ should be in jail. We know the facts.
Let's get to the OJ logic, yes, but the Ray Lewis logic. Why do you think they never charged him with murder?
I think Ray Lewis told his friends, "Hey guys, I got a whole NFL career with me, $100 million. His friends take the fall for him. He's gonna take care of their family till they got out," which is probably what he did. That whole situation. You tell me that white suit from that night was never found? He know where that suit is. He know why he got rid of it.
Right. So even if that's true, you still haven't given me a satisfactory answer. Why didn't they charge him with murder and only they charged him with obstruction?
Why did they charge him? Well, I think
why didn't they charge him with murder and only charge him with obstruction?
Because
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. The reason why they charged him with obstruction is because we know you didn't do this, but we know you was right there when it happened. So give it up, and he wouldn't give it up. That's all that was. That's all it was at the end of the day. We know for a fact you did not do this, but we know you was there, and we know you know who did it. So if you won't tell us who did it, we're going to charge you with obstruction. And he paid $250,000 because I don't think he did it. He paid $250,000, and that was the end of it.
I think the DA sometimes doesn't want to overcharge, though, too. Even if they think he did do it, trying to get him for murder, they're like, all right, is the evidence there? Do we have enough detail to get a conviction? Sometimes the DA would just give charges where they know they can get some sort of conviction.
But if you got a high profile case like Ray Lewis, who at that point was a big time football player, and in the process of him being a big time football player, is involved in a quote unquote murder trial or a murder beef, why wouldn't they do everything that they possibly can to find out if he did it or not? We all know, despite what the jury says, because they didn't see all the evidence, we all know not only did OJ kill his ex-wife, he killed her boyfriend too. All the evidence proves that, right?
No, it doesn't. We don't know that. All the evidence. We don't know that. All the evidence. See that? That's hold on. That's where you and I disagree. We don't know that. We don't know that.
Why?
Because it's just a lot of things that was brought forth in the case that could show you that he could have been set up. I.e. Mark Furman. Mark Furman. So that's one. So once you hold on. So I'm just gonna say this because I'm gonna keep it PG. Once you put certain aspects in a case, now you can, because see, listen, Once you have uncredible people working in a case, that eliminates everything. Once you have people handling evidence in a way that they're not trained to handle evidence and touching evidence before they're supposed to, before other people arrive, that's it. That's all there is to it. Because now, once they destroyed the credibility of Mark Furman, and he lied on the stand about who he was and what he represented, bro, that right there lets you know the whole thing could have been set up on this dude. So it could have been evidence set up to make him look a certain way. You understand what I'm saying? And we don't know. I ain't putting that on nobody unless I have absolute proof. And I don't feel like we have absolute proof. I feel like people think they know what happened, but I don't feel like that it, because listen, they wanted him. If they had enough proof, they would have did it. They would have got him. They wanted him. There just wasn't enough proof, especially when you brought it in Furman and his whole direction. Once he got on the stand and lied, the whole case was done.
And all the evidence that they found, even though it was legit evidence, the way it was handled.
No. You had to throw it out.
Right. That's what I'm talking about.
No. I'm not saying it was legit though. Hold on. We're not saying it was legit though. We're saying that you can't count it. We're saying you can't count. Hold on. We're saying you can't count it based off of the fact that the person who was, like, for example, Chilltown, you've seen like on YouTube, like, I don't know if you guys watch, they have these videos, right? Where they have these stops and like people will have cameras on them. Now, I know like a lot of you guys might ride with cameras in your car and stuff like that, but people ride and videotape these different interactions, like maybe they have with authorities and stuff like that, right?
Right.
If you don't know your rights or if you don't have a camera, you might not be able to prove something, and it may just go off word of mouth, or something can be planted on you. There are ways that people have had stuff planted on them and everything. Chilltown, again, you know this. There are people who've been in prison for 40 years, and they get out after 40 years, and it's proven that they didn't even commit the crime, and everybody thought they did it and thought it to evidence. See what I'm saying? So that's why I always tread lightly on that, bro.
Which is fair. However, with Mark Furman being the lead detective, even though all he had to do was just wait. He did not have to go in, jump the gate under exigent circumstances. He didn't have to do none of that. All he had to do was just wait.
But why did he do it? But why did he do it?
That's the $1 million question.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. He did it for a reason.
That's the $1 million question. It still doesn't, because when he lied on the stand, what happened when he lied on the stand? OJ now gets up out of that defendant chair, and the LAPD is now sitting. That's what happens now. But with that being said, it still doesn't negate all the evidence that was found. It does not. It does not negate the fact that OJ can't tell us where he was from 6:45 to 7:15 when the murder happened. OJ.
Chill, let me ask you a question.
Now, hold on.
Let me ask you a question. Chill, I'm gonna ask you one question right now, Chill. Chill. Do you remember what you did last Thursday at 8:55 p.m.? Not last Thursday. No, last Wednesday at 8:55 p.m. Do you remember exactly what you were doing?
I don't.
All right then. So how you gonna get mad at OJ?
I'd have to sit down. But here's the
no. Hey, y'all. Hey, Chilltown old ass probably don't remember what he did yesterday.
Actually, I got a pretty good memory. So
it's on the basketball encyclopedia.
Right,
Dude remembers things from like the 80s.
Let me make sure I'm getting this correct. So last Wednesday at 8:55, which is 9 o'clock. What was I doing last Wednesday?
I didn't ask you 9 o'clock. I asked you at 8:55.
Okay, so at 8:55 last Wednesday, I was probably
that's insane.
I probably was in the house.
Hey, hold on. But Dub, now watch this, Dub. But if I asked him what LeBron James was doing last night at 8:55, he knows what he was doing.
I was watching it.
Well, that was last night. No, that was last night, though.
I'm trying to figure out wait. What is your point from a week ago? It's not like they asked OJ a month later, where were you at this time? They picked OJ up
the trial happened months later when they asked him in court.
First of all, they ain't asked him anything. He wasn't on the stand. That's number one. Number
two,
I'm
talking when they asked his lawyers. Wait
a minute. I'm trying to figure out what happens now to the evidence that we found. All the evidence that we found that points to OJ. All of it. Not some of it or most of it. All of it. DNA doesn't lie.
Let me ask y'all. So let me ask y'all a question from the basketball.
It gets discredited mainly because of the credibility.
Let me ask you a question about basketball, Doug. Let me ask you a question about basketball, right? Now, y'all peep this. Put this in your mind, Chilltown. Damo, all y'all can answer this question. The girl, Kaiser, that played in the WNBA with the guy that played for Mars team, the Houston Rockets, right? Now,
Porter.
Stephen A. Smith comes out and says the guy should be in jail. Before there's even any case, any prosecution, any of this stuff. The Houston Rockets trade him to the OKC Thunder. They get him off their hands immediately. He's charged with putting his hands on this girl, but then the girl comes out months later and said he didn't do nothing to her. Now,
you said the girl came down.
Now, Chill prove he. Hold on one second. Because he's lost his NBA career. Since the Houston Rockets let him go, Mars know this. He's lost his NBA career. Prove, Chilltown, that he put his hands on that girl.
But Ticket, also the other thing is
prove that he put his hands on that girl. She went to the hospital, Ticket.
Yeah, but she said he didn't.
Okay.
Okay, so tell her to come up with a reason why she has a broken neck.
She said that. Hold on, Damo. First of all, she said she didn't have one. She said she didn't have one. She said it was a lie, the report. And secondly, she said that she got cut because she fell off the bed and hit her head when he stormed in the room.
What does this have
That's
to do
what she said. Hold on, Damo, check this out. Do I think that she's telling the truth? Hell no, I don't. But can I prove that, Damo? That I know for a fact that he did something to that girl? Yes. I can't prove it. Yes. I can't. Wasn't in the chip.
Yes, you can.
I literally wasn't in the room. I can't because she said
you weren't there. That's what. Okay, and that's what's
and
called. That's what's called circumstantial evidence. So, for example, Dub, the killer in the O.J. Simpson case wore a size 12 shoe. O.J., you wear a size 12 shoe. Not only that, there's only 3 different types of DNA at the crime scene. 2 of those people are dead, and you, OJ. OJ, the crime happened between 6:45 and 7:15. Juice, you can't tell us where you were during that time. And by the way, he wasn't asked 8 months later. It was right after, even though there was blood evidence in the Bronco. His blood.
Yeah, and also to go back to the Kevin Porter.
His blood?
That's insane.
I'd like to know how he got it. I'd like to know how you got my blood.
Easy. They can get because your medical record, stuff like that, all that stuff.
Also, go back to the Kevin Porter thing. There's a lot of times where somebody who is the abused will defend the abuser because they don't want the abuser to get in trouble. No. So we can't offset that. I hear you, but when you look at the pictures or like after the whole incident, she got some hands.
But you're not hearing me. No, Dub. Listen, Dub. Listen, Dub in there. Listen to what your brother's saying to you, right? I agree with you, right? I agree. But they can't prove it. You know why, Dub? The reason why they can't prove it is because hold on. She don't want to press charges. Right. That's because her testimony is vehemently saying he didn't. So
but that doesn't mean that he didn't do it.
No. Well, what I'm saying is this. Hold on. This is what I'm saying to you. In all honesty, we never really talked about that. He got a lawsuit against the NBA.
Because it's all about what you can prove, not what really happened.
Right. So hold on. That's my point. Hold on. But that's my point. Dub, you and I have our thoughts on what happened. We really don't know.
That is true to Ticket's point as well.
We really don't know.
Actively there.
I mean, yeah, that's every case, so we never
that's
really know.
That's every case. There's never 100% absolute certainty that something actually happened. But you gather the evidence and the
from the evidence
and the witness, and we come to a conclusion.
I was not there in June of 1994, but from the evidence that I saw and from the testimony, I think O.J. Simpson killed his ex-wife and her boyfriend.
Yeah,
with it.
And in my opinion, I kind of why set up OJ? I don't understand that. Like the moment
I'll tell you why. It's not, because when he had like, for example, right? It was easy to say he could do it because he had a reputation with the cops being called on him already about different incidents with her, right? So that makes it easy for people to think. And if you're Mark Furman, you're like, oh, this scumbag right here, I'm gonna get him off the street. See what I'm saying? And he may not have taken it to that level, but your history is not going to give you the benefit of the doubt in the minds of people like Chilltown and other people who looking at your history and stuff and saying, "Come on, bro, this doesn't match up." Like your history is showing a certain. See what I'm saying?
No,
So-
I
so,
understand.
yeah, so-
I understand what you're saying. Yes.
Right.
That's
You know
fair.
what I'm saying?
That's fair. But from all the evidence that I've seen and all the testimony, from everything that I've seen, I'm convinced OJ did it.
Got you. No problem. Savion, ticket to chill. Don't let these dudes off the hook. Halle been horrific and got a mud hole stomped.
Hey,
in
I've been
him
telling
last
Damo.
night.
I told Damo this. I've been telling Damo and Ron. Damo and Ron have been the two highly glazed. Damo and Ron single-handedly got the NBA marketing Tyrese Haliburton for a minute, bro. These clowns did it. No. I'm being serious, bro. Damo, something is real wrong with this cat. I'm gonna tell y'all what Damo did to power this fool. Damo had a whole nation of people saying the certain things about Darvin Ham, slandering Darvin, calling Darvin Ham a terrorist. Damo did it because I never heard anybody say that before Damo.
That is true.
And then the way Damo and Ron was on here glazing Tyrese Haliburton, the NBA saw these clowns and decided they were going to really push a market behind this fool. And so they did it, and it blew up in their face, man. Listening to
How did it
Damo
blow up in their face?
and Ron. Because he's absolute garbage now. Now he got the notoriety, and he
Niggas
gets the
aren't
hell
allowed
out
to
of it.
have bad games. This is crazy. He had some
Bro,
big
they lost
games.
4 out of the last 5 games, Damo.
All right, that is a normal thing to happen in basketball.
stretch.
That happens to people. People have bad stretches. This is not unnormal. This is not abnormal. This is not something new. We have seen players, we have seen teams have bad stretches. What are we talking about? All I'm saying, Ticket, is if he has a good stretch, I want you to be on the opposite end of the spectrum. I want you to overreact how you're overreacting now. When you have a good stretch, I need you to be up here glazing them double-fisted. I need it. Because that's crazy. Because if we're just going to overreact, if we're just going to go recency bias, go recency bias. Don't be consistent. Because I'm being consistent. I think guys are allowed to have bad games. That's absolutely fine.
And Damo, you know what you are, Damo? You the dude that go to all the sorry teams in the NBA and pick out the talent and boost them up. So you can say, yeah, I've seen this guy. That's what Damo do, y'all. Damo will go to all the worst teams. The Pistons. Damo will go to the Pistons, the Hornets, every bad team in the league.
How many teams are there? How many teams are there in the NBA?
No, I'm just saying. No. I'm saying
Okay,
this.
so
Why is it a
problem to go on 30 teams and find good talent so I know what's going on, so I'm ahead of the curve? It's called, man. It's just like being in the stock market, man. It's just like looking at stocks and knowing the numbers. You gotta be ahead of the curve, man. Read the curve, know when the curve's going up, know when it's starting to go down. Be ahead of it. That's the name of the game, man. Be ahead of the curve. So if I'm gonna do my due diligence and speak to these people about basketball, I'm gonna speak about all basketball. I'm not Stephen A. Smith. I'm not Nick Wright. I'm not Shannon Sharp. I'm not Michael Irvin. I'm not sitting here limited to talking about the damn Lakers, the Celtics, and the same 5 damn teams and 6 damn players at a time. Because there's a whole league out there with players that deserve to be talked about.
How you feel about Kamara, the forward for the Blazers?
I don't give 2 shits about no one on Portland.
Look at you. You cooking yourself. You cooking yourself.
No. Let me stop. No. I will say this. I genuinely didn't know nothing about the kid. Been seeing a lot of good stuff about him. I have been watching a lot of Blazers games. I started tuning in more because I'm seeing that Scoot's playing better. So I mean, he cool little second round pick. Shout out to him.
Anthony's a
beast. I gotta say one thing too. Hey, the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar disrespect is crazy. I see him saying that he broke his leg doing a Dougie at a party. Like, come on, bro. Respect the OG, man. Like,
he slipped
and fell. He broke his hip.
No
way. They said he was at a party doing because he was at a party. They said he was at the party doing a Dougie. They said he was doing the Dougie Fieldtown and fell down and broke his hip. Like, come on, bro. Like, stop this, man.
That's funny though. That's I mean, if that happened to me, I would laugh about it. I think that's hilarious.
He's almost 80 years old, man.
If I'm 70 or 80, if my grandfather, love my grandfather to death, if he gets hurt doing some nonsense like that, I would be like, yo, Pop, you good? But I'll look at it like, yo, like, what the hell?
You're not laughing, Dub. You going straight to hell.
I am laughing. You don't know my relationship with my grandfather. I'm laughing.
Just like this dude over here with the white hoodie on. You a scumbag, just like him.
Yeah. No, I mean, you got to enjoy life. I mean, we understand bad things happen. I'm going to take care of him. But at the end of the day, Yo, that's some funny stuff, bro. We got to be real. That's funny as hell. You break
it could be funny. The only thing is though, you die and break a hip at that age. A lot of those times they don't come back from the hospital.
Well,
they end up
know.
getting infection. They end up getting different things, and they end up passing away. That's the problem.
Sure, I lie to you not. There was an older woman
at that age. A lot of them.
Nah, I'm not going to say this story.
End up passing away. That's the problem.
I'm not going to say that story.
In the words of Chris Rock, if you get hurt doing anything at the age of 75, you got hurt because you was old. No matter what it was you did, just got hurt because you was old. It wasn't because you tripped and fell. You tripped because you was old. You got hit by a car, not because you wasn't. You got hit by a car because you was old. That's what happened.
That's a fact. Chill. I'm not gonna lie. I seen an old man. I used to work at the mall in high school. I seen an older man do 3 cartwheels down an escalator, fam.
What?
I looked at it. Yes, bro. Yo,
a YouTube video? Like, was he filming?
No. He fell. I'm saying he was doing flips down the escalator all the way down. What? And my initial reaction was like, yo, is he good? And then I started busting out laughing. Like, that's crazy, bro.
You gotta go run it out, bro. That's crazy for laughing.
If you see a man taking backflips down an escalator, fam, y'all gonna tell me y'all not gonna laugh? Nah, bro. Y'all lying to me. Y'all lying to me.
Run and help.
Y'all lying to me, bro.
A-Dub, I won't lie to you. I've laughed at way worse times, so I'm not mad at it. Now, would I have laughed at the old man for doing flips down the escalade? Nah, I wouldn't have laughed at that. Probably would have laughed at the joke I would have made about him falling down the escalade, though. That's what would have got me.
I got you.
That's what would have made me laugh for real. But man, this is crazy. We talking about court cases and all this. Ja Morant comes back, and now y'all want to start talking about the law. Y'all real pieces of work.
It's all meant to be.
It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. No, it is not a coincidence.
Speaking of non-coincidences, let's get into Ja Morant and his return and how y'all think this Grizzlies is going to do.
Before we get into this, because there's some people that are talking about the Clippers and talking about what the Clippers are doing right now. And sure, it looks great. And Dub, I'm not going to fight it. They got one of the better defenses in the game. Kawhi Leonard is actually playing really well defensively. I can't fight that. Zubac being the rim runner that he is. But this team with James Harden was put together for one thing only. And that's to win the NBA championship. And this whole thing is contingent on one guy. Paul George already told us last year he is not a number 1 on the championship team. He already told us that. Those are his words. We already know that you're not winning the NBA championship with Russell Westbrook as your guy at the lead guard spot. We already know that. We've seen James Harden go to pieces in the playoffs. So this is contingent on one guy and one guy only, and that is Kawhi Leonard. If Kawhi Leonard can hold up, I think they got a shot. If he can't, which over the years he's shown that he cannot, they're going to go to pieces.
Why are people picking up their defense like that? Like,
I keep
still scoring crazy on them. I don't understand that.
Yeah, the defensive. Hey, but hold on. I disagree with that, Tilltown. It's not on Kawhi, bro. It's not going to be on Kawhi, and the reason why it's not is because the decisions are going to be made by James Harden, bro.
Right.
James Harden is the point guard, so that is the problem, bro. At the end of the day, that is what's going to destroy him. Is that James Harden is your decision maker. He decides who gets the ball here, who gets the ball there, bro, and when he goes to score. And I'm telling you this, bro. Yeah, it's gonna back. Like, aren't they getting ready to play Philly next? Who they play next? They're on the East Coast trip, right?
They play Dallas next. They play Dallas.
They go all the way back and play Dallas.
Yeah.
Minnesota.
I'm just saying, man. When they play those, like, okay, I want to see what he do next game against Dallas. But I'm just saying, bro, like, I don't trust that dude, man. I tried to trust him last year, bro. That dude let me down, man. And you remember Chilltown when I came here, I told you, I said, yo, he can give you a virtuoso. And all y'all was down on James Harden. You too, Doug. You too.
What do you mean?
Yep. So now y'all up on James Harden?
No.
Oh, no. I don't believe in the Clippers. They believe in the Clippers. I still don't. I promise you I don't.
They look good. They look good. But again,
I'm out on the Clippers. They're playing well right now, and I won't fight that. I will not fight that. They're playing well right now. I won't fight that, but I'm out on them. I'm not.
Like, how many times are we going to say the same thing with them, right? My main thing is their health. But even then, I think the defense that people are talking about, I think it's just getting severely overblown. I think there's some games where they do play well, but then there's other games, like I could tell they didn't see the Portland game because they was getting torched the whole freaking game. So let's not act as if like they're playing this defense that, especially high-powered offenses in the postseason, is going to sit here and be able to exploit. It's the same thing. So they're going on a nice run now, which is good, but they going to have to literally focus on committing wholly on offense to be beating like the Denver Nuggets, to be beating like the Dallas Mavericks, be beating even the Lakers, because I don't even think they have the personnel to slow down the Lakers. And that's something I just don't think they can do. I don't think so. All right, I guess that's it. Let's talk about Ja Morant now, bro.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about Ja Morant. Last time I talked, I think last week we was talking about Ja Morant and Ticket thinking that they could win 40 games with Ja Morant being back. I think they could probably get in the play-in spot. But what are you guys' expectations after the law troubles that happened with Ja Morant? I guess law is going to be something that's going to be preferenced today on this show. So what you guys got to say about Ja Morant and his return? Mars, what you got to say, fam?
I think they're going to be in the play-in, if I had to guess. I don't know whose spot, probably Houston's spot, to be honest. But yeah, I think they're going to be in the play-in because the team plays defense. The issue they have is they can't score. Ja Morant will solve a lot of their half-court issues because even though I like Desmond Bane and I think the improvement has been great, one thing like he does struggle in is being able to get downhill consistently and pressure defenses in that way. You add Ja Morant to that team, he's one of the best in the league at doing that. That creates opportunities for guys like Desmond Bane, guys like Jacob Gilead, who looks to be good for some reason, Santi Aldama, David Roddy, Jaren Jackson, those type of guys. And if that offense can just, I don't even expect it to be average. If they can get to just not the worst offense, if they can be the 20th best offense and then their defense can stay around top 10, I think they'll have a good enough stretch of games to where they can be the 10 seed. And then you play them in the play-in. I don't think many teams want to see them in the play-in, and that's how they'll get into the playoffs. I don't think they're going to be a top 6 seed, but I'd be relatively surprised if they don't get into the top 10.
So Mars, the last 3 spots, so the Lakers, the Suns, and the Rockets, which one of those teams do you think that they overtake?
Us.
So you think that they overtake Houston? So you don't think Houston moves up at any point during the season?
Well, I think we might go on a run where we go up to the 6th seed, but after 82, I think we'll be like the 11 or 12.
So y'all not making the playoffs. You don't see you guys making the playoffs this season.
My aim was 35 wins before the season. It's still 35 wins now.
You did say that. I just think that I think bringing back Ja, with him getting buckets like they need, that other dirty work stuff isn't there. And without Steven Adams, without Brandon Clark, with Jaren Jackson Jr. being what he is defensively, and he's actually taken a step back this year defensively because of Steven Adams being out of the lineup. He's not been able to rim protect like he was in the past because Steven Adams shored up a lot of that for him, and he still hasn't improved as a rebounder, which makes me nuts. I just think that there's a lot of ground to cover, and that's a lot to ask from Ja Morant in that Western Conference nightmare that it is. So I think this season is a wash. I'd be really surprised if they made the play-in tournament. Really?
Still, I disagree. It's not a Western Conference monster. The Western Conference is vastly overrated and weak, in my opinion.
This season?
Hold on, chill.
I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you. This season, you mean?
It's a bunch of mediocre teams. It is. It's a bunch of mediocre, over the hill, injured teams. It ain't no tough Western Conference. I told you yesterday the NBA is wide open and the West is wide open. You don't even think right now the Denver Nuggets are a lock to win a championship or just a lock period the way they look. So let's start with them. Then go down the West, chill. Look at all the other teams in the West. Y'all told me the other day y'all don't believe in OKC still as far as being at that level. Y'all don't believe in them. The one team we do believe in, but everybody still ain't sold on them completely is Dallas. So that's a serious team, but everybody still ain't sold on them. Minnesota's doing their thing, but people still got their questions about Minnesota. Now with Ant-Man over here want to be the Energizer Bunny, go Rabbit. You understand what I'm saying? They got a whole new situation over there with him now, since he can't keep it in his pants. Also, you got the Queens. Do you trust them really? After what you saw last year, what Steph Curry did in Game 7 when he went to Bob's house, took a dump in his toilet and didn't flush, and then shut that beam off in his crib? No.
All of it. With that being said, Ticket, I trust them more than I trust Memphis. So keep going.
No. I'm saying no. But you said a tough West. I'm just giving you all these teams in the West. The Pelicans, no. The Lakers, a joke. Houston Rockets can't show consistency yet. Will win 2 games, lose 3. Win 2, lose 4. The Phoenix Suns, they're frauds. The Golden State Warriors, most people think they're over the hill and done. They're a sub 500 team. The Utah Jazz, there ain't nobody worried about them. So yes, I mean the Memphis Grizzlies, Chilltown, they can literally, in my opinion, contend in the Western Conference, and I think they can mess to the Western Conference Finals if they get the right matchup.
Memphis, that'd be a little crazy. I don't think Memphis.
No, it's not. No, hold on. No, it's not, because if they come in the AC, let's say they go in the AC and they play Minnesota in the first round. That's a barn burner series right there. That ain't no cakewalk. I'm whipping you. That's a series right there, bro. That's a series.
But the difference with you saying that, Ticket, is you discounting how good Minnesota is just defensively, how good they are. And
what about
Mars already alluded to it. They already have a difficult time scoring as it is. And now you're going to run up on a team in Minnesota. And even with Ja. So with Ja coming back in the lineup, they're not going to automatically just jump up to the top 5 team in the league in scoring or anything like that. We're talking about Minnesota.
Yes, they will.
They will, Chill. You put a 30-point per game score on the team, Chill. You putting a dude that averaged 30 on the team.
Right. You are putting him back on the team, right? But you also putting the same dude on the team who missed 25 games. It's not like he's just going to walk back in the door and he's just going to get right back.
He did it before.
When did he do it before, Ticket?
Off injuries, off suspensions, of all of this. He's come back and picked right up where he left off after 1 or 2 games.
And you also got to remember too that Ja also is injury prone. He's been in and out of the lineup throughout the last 2 years. With that being said, of those teams that you mentioned, I trust those teams, even if the Western Conference isn't what you think it is, right? Even if the Western Conference isn't what I think it is, because I do think it's tough. I still trust all those teams that you mentioned more than I trust Memphis. I do, because they don't have. I still trust all of those teams more than I trust Memphis, because they still don't have the other stuff, even though they add in 25 a game to their roster. And
if you add Ja Morant right now, what's their roster, Chill?
If you add Ja Morant, you just add 25 a game.
No, I'm saying what's their roster? Him.
Marcus
Smart is coming right back soon. Mars. What's their lineup right now with Morant coming back? What's their lineup looking like?
You probably go Ja, Desmond Bane.
Who's playing the 3?
David, Roddy, Jaren Jackson, and Biyombo for now, and then Marcus Smart, when he comes back, will go into the starting lineup too. In place of David Roddy.
They'll still struggle offensively, though, I think they'll still be like a bottom 50.
We're not asking them to be an elite offense.
Yeah.
With Marcus Smart coming back and the fact that they're already a good defense, them being a top 8-9 defense, and then Ja helping that offense just not be the worst, is enough to get the 10 seed. And then in the play-in, no one wants to see Memphis in the play. No one wants to play Memphis. That's how they get in the playoffs, in my opinion.
That's fair. No one wants to see Memphis in the playoffs.
Hey, hold on.
I don't think they'll make the play. There's what, 7, 8 games back?
Hold on, Jalen. But take it one step further, Jalen. If let's say they get the 7th seed, or they get and then they play OKC. Are you just outright picking OKC to beat them in the 7-game shift?
OKC 5.
Absolutely. I think they smoked them.
Y'all crazy as hell, man.
The matchup of the OKC.
Damo, what you got on that 40, Damo? What you got on that 40?
Which, by the way, and we're gonna get right back. I'm sorry, Damo.
Oh no, go ahead, Chill. You was talking. Go ahead.
Which I wanted to say something really quickly about Chet, because I want to get right back on Memphis. Hey guys, I know these dudes is young, but like with Wemby doing what he doing defensively, with Chet doing what he doing defensively, how are we gonna keep these dudes off the all-league defensive team? With Rudy and AD, how are we gonna keep these dudes off the all-league? Man, it's gonna be hard to keep these dudes off the all-league defensive team.
Is the league defensive team positions too or no?
I think it is.
Man, I ain't
If
chill.
it's position, then that's how you do it.
Hold on. I asked Damo. Do you think it's easy work for OKC against Memphis if they play them in the playoffs?
Yes. As of right now, yes, I do. I think
no. I said with Ja Morant. With Ja Morant,
yes, I do think it's easy work. I think you're severely overestimating. I think you're severely overestimating, or not even considering the fact that the environment in Memphis is shitty right now, or it stinks. It's a stinky environment. Like they've been losing. You see Marcus Smart is fed up on the sideline yelling at teammates. You've seen Anthony Edwards talk about in post-game interviews. Yeah, I ain't never seen a deal like this in this arena. This is crazy. Now, all I'm saying is all my expectations are for Ja coming back. If you are who we say you are and we think you are, if Ja Morant can come back and turn this ship around and that aura that he has rubs off on his team and it fixes that locker room, then we can have these conversations about, hey, man, Ja's going to make some noise. No one wants to play Memphis, is that, and the third. But if Ja comes back and he's putting up numbers and they're still losing because the environment sucks, because the energy sucks, my God, then we're going to start having conversations like, hey, is he just Devin Booker at this point?
No, we're not. We're not going to do that.
Hold on.
Let him finish.
I say that because if you can come back and you can put up your numbers, but you're not changing the energy of the team, then how great are you? You might
hold on. No, we're not doing that, Damo.
Numbers, but are you a great leader?
We're not doing that. We're not doing that, Damo.
We said that you were. Are you still this top 3, top 5 point guard? That's
you tripping now. Hold on, Damo. You really tripping now because once again, when Ja went to the team, what did he do instantly when he went to the team, Doug? He turned them around, right?
Not instantly.
He brought energy.
No. In the first 2 years, hold on, Dub.
The first 2 years, he brought energy.
2 years, don't you lie, Dub. Don't you lie on here, Dub. Don't you lie, bro. What did he do in the first 2 years over there, Dub?
Did he? What year did he get drafted? Was it 2019?
I'll answer that.
He missed the playoffs. He missed the playoffs the first year.
When he was out the lineup, they were still rolling.
I didn't ask you that. I asked you, what did he do? What did they do? Hold on. You know what? I'm gonna bring facts into the situation.
I got you.
Hilltown is a grade A scumbag capper.
They won 34 games in this first year.
No. Hold on. The year before he went over there, they were 12th in the Western Conference the year before he went over there, before he got drafted. The next year they were 9th in the Western Conference. The next year, the first year he's in the league.
They literally went They literally went from 33 wins to 34.
Hold on.
Yeah, listen, they played 10 games less.
Oh,
hold on, right.
I forgot.
Hey, Mars, there we go, Mars. Now we cooking these buffoons because I was getting ready to get them.
10 games less. Okay, they won. Okay, hold on.
Because it's minus 10 games.
Because they played less games. They played less games, jabroni.
The record was the percentage of the record. It was like they were close to 500 while they were.
Yeah, that's Chilltown.
Okay, so
down and take the blood pressure medication while I keep cooking you. Now let's go to the next one.
What you said it was 500? What you said it was 500?
There was close to 500. Yeah.
Okay, so add them 10 games. They still close to 500. So they 44 and 41.
No
nonsense like that.
No, hold on, chill. So then the next year they got even better, Chilltown. So they won more games the next year with Ja Morant. Then the very next year they won 56 games with Ja Morant. So here's my point. Hold on. Hold on. No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that, Chill. Hold on, Chill. Hold on, Chill. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that, Chilltown. And the reason why I said that, Chilltown, is because Damo compared this. Damo said the dumbest thing you can say on YouTube. He compared Ja Morant to that buffoon Devin Booker, who was a man of nothing. And Devin Booker did nothing and CP3 went over there. Devin Booker was a stat pattern who put up empty numbers and was a loser.
Hold on. Let him finish.
Because he was waiting to talk, so he heard me say Devin Booker. He didn't want to listen. He just waited to talk. Go ahead.
Keep going.
I think he finished. I think he landed.
Am I lying, Doug? Am I lying that the day CP3 went over there, he changed the franchise? Am I lying?
Yeah. No, you're not lying. You're not lying.
CP3 took them from being a non-playoff team to the NBA Finals in 1 year. And look, hold on, Chilltown. And here's the proof to what I'm saying, right? They were still considered contenders last year with CP3. The minute CP3 walked out the door, these fools look like they can't even make the playoffs. Make it make sense.
All right. So are you done? Are you done yelling so you can actually understand my point?
Go ahead, Playboy.
Since I let you talk, so you got to talk. So now I need you to listen because I allowed you to talk. You talk.
All right, go ahead and be dominant. Go ahead and be dominant. Go ahead.
What I said was, if he comes back and he's just putting up numbers, but the environment still sucks, he's going to look like how Devin Booker looked in 2017, 2018. How Devin Booker could put up great numbers, but because the environment that he's playing on sucks, they're still losers. It's still losing. I'm not saying he's going to be the same player as Devin Booker. I'm not saying who's better between him or Devin Booker. I'm saying when he comes back after this 25 or 30 games, whatever it is, if he's not able to turn the ship, if he's not able to fix the chemistry, if he's not able to be a leader, actually get guys off their asses and be like, hey, look, all right, this losing stuff, we not for this. This is what this is grit and grind. This is what we do since I've been here. If he can't show that, then there's a conversation to be had, at least for this season. Because I don't feel just because he's missed 25 games, he should be liable to be given grace like, oh, he missed time. No, he missed time because of suspension for actions he did. This isn't coming off injury. He's not coming off of something that's going to be a setback or he has to work out of. He hasn't had to go through physical rehab for an injury. No, you had to sit there and not flash guns on Instagram and punch kids in the face. I don't think I should give you grace and be like, oh, you missed time. I should hold you to a different standard. No, the same standard. Everyone thinks you're a top 5 point guard. That's the standard.
Put us on a big screen, Dub. Put us on a big screen, Dub. Put us two on a big screen, Dub. Because I'm finna get it him now.
Before y'all go, I want to say this.
You asked me this. I'm finna give you the whole clip now. Because you asked for this.
Y'all got it. Let me get the shout out. I appreciate Jersey.
Hold on, because I don't want you to interrupt this.
No, you got it. You got it. Let me give this shout out real quick. Shout out to Jersey Nas with the Cash App donation, bro. Appreciate you. But you guys got it.
Yeah, shout out to the brother. Now, Damo, put this fool on a big screen, Dub. Damo, I know you ain't. First of all, let me go ahead and eat to you right now. The first thing that's going to happen when Ja Morant plays is that arena is going to be jam-packed. That's one. Right or wrong, everybody? That's right. So the energy is going to change just because he's back and that the franchise has hope. That's one. Secondly, his production on the court is going to be felt because if you look at their record with Ja Morant, they have a winning record with Ja Morant in his career with the team. So he's already proven that he can take a team, turn a team around and turn a negative into a positive. That's true. Devin Booker didn't do that without Chris Paul. He was getting that all hell beat out of him. Now, thirdly, what he's going to do is, like my brother Mars said, he is going to help remedy the problems offensively that they're having because they play good defense, sir. The problem is the offense, and Ja Morant has shown to be one of the better point guard score distributors in the NBA. Now, the only thing that you may have on me is what Grilltown blood pressure ass said. You understand what I'm saying? And that is if he gets hurt. Now, like I said, y'all can do whatever y'all want to do in the crowd. You can throw your signs up, wave them in the air, and throw them like you just don't care. You remember one thing. I'm the best there is to this shit. I'm the best there ever was, and I'm the best there ever will be.
Anyway, Damo, like you were saying, Damo, as you were saying, brother.
I am astonished at your ability to not listen to a single word someone says and be able to make arguments and argue.
I just said he's going to turn it around. I said everything you said he's not going to do. I said he's going to do.
Impressed.
He's going to do it.
I'm impressed.
He's going to turn it around. He's going to turn it around with his energy. He's going to turn the team around. I already told you what he's going to do. Now, when he do it, you gonna come on here, Aretha Franklin, and put some RESPECT.
So ticket. What? So ticket again. Ticket. Now. I asked you ticket. As chat keep throwing it up because ticket is cooking. The great one's cooking. We gotta throw the setup to let them know we support him. Can I please ask you what is it that I said about Ja Morant? What did I originally say?
No, I didn't like what you said because you tried to make it seem like if he didn't do those things, you're going to compare him. Hold on. Listen. I'm about to say what you said. I'm about to say. You said if he didn't do those things, I'm saying what you said. Hold on. I had a problem with you because you made it seem like if he can't do that, you will start comparing him to Devin Booker. And I'm saying the reason why you can't do that is because he's already proven he's better than Devin Booker.
And ticket, this is what my brother in Christ, my brother. That is not what I said at all. You don't listen. That's my problem with you.
Rewind the tape.
You don't listen
to me.
All I said was the real issue or the real test of time with Ja Morant, the real thing that we got to tell is if he's able to come back and either turn the tide, steer the ship in the right direction, or if he can. That's it. I didn't say he couldn't. I said that's the real test of time.
I didn't say you said he couldn't. I didn't say you said he couldn't. You said if he didn't.
Compare him. Stop. And I did not compare him to Devin
you said
Booker.
If he didn't.
I said
you said if he didn't.
That, and he's going to look like how Devin Booker looked. That's what it's going to look like. It's going to be a guy putting up stats on a losing team, which that's exactly what it will be. Is that not what it will be? What?
Can't compare him to Devin Booker on any level. Even if he don't succeed in this, because he's already done what Devin Booker can do.
You have a bias against Devin Booker, therefore you heard his name, and all possibility went out the window, and you just stuck on him being in the same sense as Devin Booker. That's it. Take it. That's fine. If I did that shit with Westbrook, you would be up here doing backflips, crying. It's crazy.
Rewind the tape.
It's cool.
Rewind the tape, brother. Rewind the tape.
Hey man. As I light it
y'all
up,
y'all rewind the tape. When it's over with, when it's over with, y'all rewind the tape and listen to what he said. Listen to what he said. You understand what I'm saying?
I don't know how that's comparing.
Gotcha.
I don't know how that's comparing.
So just like Anthony Edwards, we need y'all to send a video, please. Okay, just send a video whenever you guys can.
Send a video. Hey, look, and everybody in the crowd, throw your little stuff up right now. But trust me, payback is a you know what. And I got something heavy on Damo that I ain't put out yet. But if I put this out, whoa!
Hey, before we get it,
Smith now, you're blackmailing me. This is crazy.
That's insane. Before we get into some more super chats, I do want to ask you. This is a question that Ron did want me to ask. I want your guys' thoughts on can Jaren Jackson and Ja Morant be a dynamic duo for the next 5 years?
I think they're limited. I don't think you can win a championship as those two guys are the two best players on your team. I think Jaren Jackson offensively, the consistency, I just don't think is there. In terms of Ja Morant, I don't know why Ticket seems to be really high on Ja Morant. I think Ja Morant, he's a good player, obviously for this team, can create for his teammates. I don't think his jump shot, again, is still consistent enough. I think that'll be a little problematic. The three-point shot isn't quite there. He's going to get to the rim and do that. But I'm taking Devin Booker over Ja Morant every day of the week, twice on Sundays. And Ticket, especially with your logic, as someone who values the playoffs, who values someone winning at any cost, Devin Booker has a finals appearance, has won multiple playoff series. How many playoff series has Ja Morant won?
Off the back of Chris Paul.
Off the back, okay, hold on. You're telling me in a lot of those series, Devin Booker was not the best player
off
on the
back.
team?
No. I'm telling you that Devin Booker holding his own beefcake can't hold water. That's what I'm telling you. Period.
That's just a lie. He's single-handedly won playoff series where he was dropping 30 a night. That makes no sense.
He didn't single-handedly do. He didn't single.
I'm not talking about that. Hold on. You're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm saying he would have never been in a position if it wasn't for CP3. He would have still been putting up numbers, getting the hell beat out of him. That's what I'm saying. And you said up here, hold on. Yes, he would have been. He was. Chill down. What was his record before? What was his record before CP3 went over there? Did he ever win a record before CP3 went over there? Hey, hold on.
There's a reason why they had the number one overall pick. There's a reason why they had a lottery pick. There's a reason why they had those picks. Because that team wasn't very good. And on top of that,
he wasn't very good. He wasn't very good. If
he wasn't very good, CP3 doesn't take this team from where it is of being a playing team to the NBA Finals. Ticket. That doesn't happen.
That's a lie. Because I can even that right now. Hold on. CP3 did his something because CP3 made teams playoff teams. Not only there, but CP3 did.
There's a difference between a playoff team and a team competing for the NBA championship. You are the which means that team is close. That team that you talked about. I'm glad you brought that up. No, they weren't, but they were close. Ticket. They were close. We already had this conversation. And when you get this one guy, he makes you that. But don't make it sound like they were. Don't make it sound like they were. Don't make it sound like they were the
team for the NBA Finals. You talking about? Get out of here, man.
Get out of here with that. They weren't the choice.
So like I said, I got proof of that too.
Their big fella missed 25 games that year before Chris Paul showed up. And they still were right there. I think they missed the playoffs by one game. One game.
hold on, bro.
And then you get Chris Paul. Then you get Chris Paul, and how he has a training camp. You get Chris Paul.
Dog, let me ask you this question. Let me ask Chilltown this question. Chilltown, let me ask you a question, Chilltown. Chilltown, let me ask you a question. How many times we seen Chris Paul make teams look like NBA championship contenders? A lot, right? Didn't he do it with the Houston Rockets before he got hurt?
Yeah.
Huh?
If I'm not mistaken,
that come out when you talk to a big dog. Wait.
This is nonsense, dog. Come on, man. This is not all he's doing is yelling. He ain't talking about the Houston Rockets like they wasn't in the Western Conference Championship 3 years ago with the league MVP.
Contender.
That's my point. They were in the Western Conference Championship 3 years ago. They talking about these dudes like they weren't in the semifinals and they weren't in the playoffs. So he comes. That's not my point, Ticket. He gets on a crew. That's close. And then he pushes them over. He gets them to where they're close to winning it. That's who Chris Paul is in those situations.
Okay, well, let me give you things that weren't close.
Paul needs to play different.
Stop talking to me like Chris Paul jumped on. I'm not finished. Stop talking to me like Chris Paul jumped on the Charlotte Hornets and took them from bottom feeders to the NBA championship, because that's not what Phoenix was. Stop talking to me like Houston was the Detroit Pistons, and now he jumped on that crew.
Phoenix was that. Phoenix won that.
Ticket. No, they were not.
They won 34 games.
There's a reason why they won 34 games, Ticket. The reason why
because they had that weak ass bubble.
No.
The same as Memphis.
They had a weak ass bubble. That's why. They didn't even been in the bubble. They won every single game that helped them get to 38. So you do the math. They were one of the worst teams in the league that year.
Hey,
they got a 6-month break.
You know why?
They got a 4 or 5 month break. And then they got a stimulus package to go into a bubble, which y'all said the bubble, well, not you, but a lot of the people discounted the bubble. They went into a bubble and won 8 games that helped you inflate how good that team was. That team was trash with a trash leader in Devin Booker. Now, let me give you more evidence. CP3, he went over to bad teams in New Orleans, improved them, made them real contenders. They just ran into Kobe Bryant and the Lakers. Am I right or wrong, Dub? Hey, Dub, I know I'm cooking. Dub, I know I'm cooking.
He got drafted by that team.
What is
Stay focused. Who was the first? Stay focused. He got drafted by Hold on. Stay focused. He got drafted by that team. He didn't just jump on the crew. He got drafted by that team. Keep going.
Hold on one second, chill. So who went over to the strippers? Who went over to the strippers and made them serious contenders in the NBA? CP3. If I'm lying, nigga, I'm flying. Let me keep going.
You mean the same Clipper team that never got out of the second? You mean the same Clipper team that never got out of the second round?
No, but I'm saying he made them.
Nobody thought that they were serious contenders. What do you mean? No. I heard everything that you just said. I heard everything that you just said.
Hold on, chill down. Were they not one of the teams that were favored to win the championship that year? Was CP3? Am I lying?
With CP3, they was never favored to win the NBA championship.
They weren't one of the teams favored to win the championship. They weren't one of the teams that were favored to win the championship.
They weren't favored to beat the San Antonio Spurs. They were not.
Yeah, they were not favored. Look, CP3 definitely makes
it better. I said they were one of the top. Hold on. They were one of the teams that was to have a chance to win a championship with CP3 with Lob City. I'm not lying. They had him. They had AJ Redick. They had Blake Griffin in his prime, DeAndre Jordan in his prime. They also had the boy that got buckets off the bench, Jamal Crawford. That team was loaded, bro.
They had the sharpshooter that plays for, that works for ESPN.
Here's my point to you. CP3 got a history of turning teams around. He did the same thing with OKC after Russ left and they fell apart. He got a history with turning teams around. They were one game from beating James Harden in that series. They were one possession from beating James Harden in that series and going on. So and hold on. So let me say. So let's be honest and say this, right? And I'm gonna put this out here right now. I'm coming to you with evidence, bro, that before CP3 went to the Phoenix Suns, Devin Booker was a loser, bro. I don't care what you surmise. The best thing he did in his career was the bubble. Outside of that, he was a loser. Now, check this out, Chilltown. Check this out. Chris Paul goes over there. Hold on, Chris Paul. Hold on, chill. Hold on, chill. Hold on 1 second, chill. CP3 goes over there. They go to the finals, right? Cool, no problem. Then he gets hurt. Okay, I understand that, right? Chilltown. CP3 leave. Devin Booker has KD right now, and Mars just set up it the other day and said he thought KD's playing one of the highest levels of career. The Phoenix Suns have a chance of being just a play-in team with Devin Booker and KD on the same roster. This great Devin Booker you crying about. So that's the difference of having Chris Paul on the team versus not having him, Chilltown, because that team you weren't even thinking about them and play in with Chris Paul. Devin Booker has Kevin Durant playing at an all-world level right now, and they're not even a threat. Make sense.
Ticket. I love. Hold on.
That's how you cook them, dog.
That's the craziest narrative I've ever seen in my life.
Just because you get the last ticket, you are incredible, B. Just because you get the last word, you cooked. Okay, ticket, no problem. I'm cooked. I got nothing else to say.
Respond to that. Why they look so garbage this year? And Kevin Durant and KD have played 85% of the games together this year.
I'm glad you brought that up, ticket. The reason why they look as garbage as they look is because the roster was flipped. The roster was completely flipped over. I think they got 8 or 9 new players. And not only that, I think Devin Booker has missed 5 games. KD has missed 4 games. So we still trying to figure out, like you just talked about with the play-in tournament, we still trying to figure out who we are. We're not just going to put these guys together and it's just going to work, because history has shown us that when you put super teams together, 9 times out of 10, what happens? It does not work out. So because it's Kevin Durant,
didn't KD and Booker play together at the end of last year?
I'm sorry, they only played 8 games, not including the playoffs. That was
right.
It.
Hold on, Chilltown. And hold on, Chilltown. And hold on. And I agree with you on that. Ask Doug what people were still saying about them. Doug, were people still not picking them, even though Chilltown said everything he said when the playoffs started? Wasn't people still picking them to go to the conference finals? Doug?
That is true.
Am I lying? Come on, Doug.
No,
am I lying?
Hold on, that's the fact.
So this is why. Hold on, that's why you got to listen to what I say. So even with what you just said, these people were still picking them to come out of the West last year. Even with everything, that's why I said, hold on, chill. That's why I said ain't no excuses now. Because now they play more games this season and they look worse than they did last season. And here's the common denominator: KD and Book. They still on the same team.
But ticket, that roster that you have now, that wasn't the same roster from last. It's not like with the Lakers, who at the end of the year, this roster, it's the same roster that they brought back. So they got some continuity with AD and James. With KD and Book, not only does this chemistry was short with these 8 games, now I got to get acclimated to a bunch of other guys now, in addition to getting acclimated with Book, in addition to getting acclimated with him. So it's going to take some time. I do understand that part. But to sit here and say that Book was a loser, tell me again, Dub, so I'm clear, when did you see the parade in New Orleans and when they was the NBA champions? Did you see a parade in Los Angeles for the Los Angeles Clippers? I'm 100% confident. I know I'm old. I know I'm older, but I'm 100% confident I did not see a parade in Houston for the Houston Rockets. I'm sure of that.
Make them all better?
Which means that he was a loser too.
Hold on. Did CP3 make every one of those teams better?
You know what?
I'm asking you a question.
You're right. He did. You know what? Ticket. Chris
Paul.
He made all those teams better.
So Jalen, the facts are, hold on. So Jalen, the facts are CP3 took them from being a non-playoff team straight to the NBA Finals in 1 year.
They were going to make the playoffs that next year, ticket. If you don't put CP on that crew, that Phoenix team was making the playoffs that next year.
Oh yeah, that Phoenix team was good enough. That Phoenix was good.
They were making the playoffs that next year.
They're better with Chris
Paul. They got to show me, man.
I believe they were making the playoffs that next year.
I just want to thank Ticket for analyzing basketball, looking at basketball beyond just wins, understanding that Chris Paul can join a team, elevate them in the playoffs, take a scrub team in some cases, elevate them into a playoff team. Someone like LeBron James, who takes teams, carries teams with weak talent, takes it to the finals after finals. I appreciate you. Appreciate that, Ticket. You have come to the light. You see the logic. It ain't always about winning championships, baby. It ain't always about winning championships. Chris Paul. No, Ticket. I'm using your logic. I'm using your logic. Chris Paul joined teams, made them competitive.
What is wrong with the boy, Mark?
You and me was doing our thing, Ticket. I ain't got nothing to do with
this. This ain't got nothing to do with me.
Nothing.
A whole
Hold
new
on,
world.
I'm using
That's your
your
understudy.
logic.
That is
Don't
your
take it-
understudy,
I'm
Bars.
using your logic. He
This
goes
ain't got
to the
nothing to do with me.
Yeah, no, don't jump in. He goes to Miami, elevates him into a championship
down.
contender. He goes to Cleveland,
Come
elevates
on,
him
that's not
championship
true.
contender. He
Hold on,
goes
stop
to
right
the
there, stop right
Lakers.
there, stop right there,
I'm
Jalen,
using
stop
your
right there.
logic with Chris
Stop right there.
Paul.
Hold on,
I'm
Jalen,
using
Jalen,
your
hold on,
logic with Chris Paul.
Jalen, hold on.
Come on, man.
Did Wade already win a championship or not?
Wade won a championship, what,
Hey,
6-7
hold on,
years
Jalen,
ago?
hold on, Jalen. Since we're gonna fire shots, I'm gonna get one at Gil right now. Because Gil went on his show a couple weeks ago and attacked the Miami Heat culture and said, "What is Heat culture? What the hell is LeBron culture?" If you're gonna ask what is Heat, hold on, Jalen. Hold on. If you're gonna ask what is Heat culture, what is LeBron James culture? Because let's think about this, right? Let's think about this very well. What was LeBron James' culture in Cleveland before he went to Miami, Jalen?
Carrying scrub teams,
No,
making
I
them
asked
look
you
good, elevating.
What was his? No. What was LeBron James' culture in Cleveland before he went to Miami, Jalen?
Lighthearted, joking around, have fun team. That's literally what
Okay,
LeBron James
I'm
was.
glad you answered. Jay, let me ask you this question.
Mhm.
What was LeBron James' culture with Miami Heat?
Let's just say winning, dominating.
Okay, come on. Okay, that's
having
with the
a
Heat,
tough
right?
time
Okay,
doing
cool.
it.
No problem. Hold on. What was D Wade's culture before LeBron James went to the Heat?
What was I think D Wade's culture.
Winning whenever he had.
D-Wade,
Winning
D-Wade's
whenever.
culture.
He was a great player who won a
What was
winning,
his culture before LeBron?
winning-
Hold on, chill. I'm gonna ask Jalen something. What was D Wade's culture before LeBron went to the Heat? What was D Wade's culture?
Winning whenever he had a top 5 caliber player on his squad.
Okay, so hold on. So now
Winning
let's
and
get to
getting
this.
hurt.
Now, hold on,
top 5 player all time.
Hold on, Jalen. Now, hold on, Jalen. Now, watch this, Jalen. When LeBron James left Miami, what was LeBron's culture? How many years did he play in Cleveland when he left Miami, Jalen? The second time.
Yep, 4 years.
4 years. How many times did he win a championship out of those 4 years?
He won it one time.
All right, so what was his
Made
culture in Cleveland the second time?
Made 4
I
finals.
didn't ask you that. I asked you a
Paul,
question.
got to the finals.
Hold on. What was the Cavs' culture in LeBron's second run in Cleveland?
It was about
This is nasty word.
championship contending.
Hold on.
Contending and winning a championship.
Don't say nothing. I'm asking
Contending
Jalen.
and winning a
Jalen,
championship.
what was? Hold on. I'm talking about the second time in Cleveland. I ain't talking about the first time. The second time in Cleveland. What would you say the Cavs' culture was when LeBron James was in Cleveland?
The Cavs' culture was dominating, competing, winning, and winning a championship. That's the culture.
Okay, cool. So check this out. So when LeBron James went to the Lakers, after that, how many years does LeBron play with the Lakers now?
This is year 6.
Year 6.
What is Jalen? I'm asking you, what is LeBron James' culture with the Lakers?
LeBron James went to a Lakers franchise that was dead in
what
the
is
dirt with
what is
no
the Lakers
playoff
culture with
appearances
LeBron
for the
and
past
LeBron
almost
James
6-7 years.
I'm asking you a question. What is the Lakers culture with LeBron James on the team? What is the Lakers culture?
A winning culture because they won.
Winning, dominating,
a winning culture.
Okay, so hold on. Okay. So give D Wade that same respect because he won one before LeBron, and LeBron won one in LA. He won one in Cleveland out of all those years. So you still got to give D Wade that same respect. And let's talk about the Heat culture without LeBron James. Well, the Heat have been to 2 NBA finals and 3 conference finals without LeBron James.
Did they win? Did they win?
How can we hold on?
Did they get it done when it mattered? Did they get it done when it mattered?
Jalen, hold on, Jalen, hold on, Jalen. Here's my whole point. Nobody else can say that the Heat don't have a culture because the Heat been in the NBA finals 2 out of the last 4 years and in the conference finals 3 out of the last 4 years without LeBron James. You can't say LeBron James makes the You can't say LeBron James makes the culture when he's been in LA for 7 years and only got 1 ring to show for it. You can't say LeBron James is the culture when he went back to Cleveland and out of 4 years, he got 1 chip in 4 years. But when D Wade did it with the Heat before LeBron came, you discount that.
You're just eliminating all the context of the situation.
I'm not. I'm keeping it 100. Hold on. I'm not because D Wade got an older Shaq. He got an older Shaq and got older role players and won a chip. Right or wrong, Jalen?
100%. That was a great.
Okay, so LeBron James.
What did you after? What did Wade do after the championship?
Hold on, Jalen. Hold on, Jalen. Hold on. So Jalen. In Cleveland, the second time, LeBron James got younger role players in Cleveland and in LA and won the chip in Cleveland and LA with younger role players. And when I say that, I mean he got in Cleveland a younger in prime Kevin Love, in prime Kyrie Irving. And the younger role players, JR, Iman, all those younger role players. In LA, he went and got an in prime younger AD.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a superstar. Hold on. That's a superstar co-star. D-Wade got an older Shaq. But y'all won't give D-Wade that credit. You'll run around here and say, yeah, it's LeBron's culture. He's doing this, he's doing that. Well, what is his culture?
Yeah,
hold on, Jalen. But then when you talk about the real greats, like Magic and all these dudes in 7-8 years, they was winning 3-4 championships, bro.
I don't know. What did D-Wade do after he won that championship before LeBron came? What was the Miami Heat culture? After they won that championship, the season right after until LeBron got there, what was their culture?
The culture didn't change. The culture did not change.
But they just weren't winning. Yeah, the players exactly. They just weren't winning because the players.
The culture didn't change.
100%. Yeah. So they were not winning because the players.
Cleveland didn't have a culture too.
Doug, before James shows back up in Cleveland in 2014, what are they doing up there?
Nothing. They never had a culture.
What exactly are they doing?
Before, after, during Cleveland. Cleveland's culture is LeBron, Ramon, James. That's their culture. I promise you. That's their whole entire culture. That's their whole entire franchise. Similar to the Bulls. The Bulls, as much people love the Bulls, Bulls culture is Michael Jordan, and that's it. Right? They have no level of stability outside of those guys. So, like, Cleveland don't have a culture. Miami does have a culture because, and if the real reason I have a problem with Gilbert Arenas and what he said, because you can't sit here and negate Miami Heat for having those players, because them instilling that culture plays a part in it. We don't look at the Lakers and be like, well, you had Magic Johnson, you had Kareem, you had Kobe, you had Shaq. Y'all don't have a great culture. You just had great players. That doesn't make sense to me. They coincide with one another. So let's get off some super chats, though, because I'm not trying to talk about LeBron.
I'm just saying, we want to praise finals, elevating teams, but go ahead.
Ticket hate fun, goddamn hater. I swear to God, from Eleanor. What would you do with an NBA time machine from Kendrick Adams? What I would do is, to settle all of the debates, I would have a whole entire season of like one-on-one tournaments and things like that, and players in this generation, that generation, just to settle the debates on if these guys are as good as we really say. Kareem in today's era, LeBron in that era.
I would put Draymond Green in the 90s. That's what I would do. See how tough he really is.
I would go back to June 18th, 1986, and I'd drag Len Bias out of that room. That's what I'd do.
Smart man.
Get your ass out of there. That's what I would do.
Don't you fucking? I'm sorry. Don't you say it. Don't you say it, Jalen. Don't you say it. Don't you say it. I know exactly what you're about to say.
Jalen. Say it. Do it, Jay.
I would put LeBron and Jordan in the same era so LeBron can expose Jordan and understand that he'd be the second or third greatest player of all time. Because Kobe and Jordan in the same era, Kobe might be ahead of Jordan if they play in the same era. That's a conversation.
Man, come on, man. See, this why, man, dude.
Wait, Doug, what was the question?
I'm talking about Kobe.
If you had a time machine, what would you do with that time machine, basically?
NBA related?
For the NBA related, yes.
I'm about to say, oh man.
Yeah. I don't want you
turning the time, baby. Let me stop. NBA time machine. I always say this. I'm either going back. Nah, I'm not going back. I'm bringing Wilt with me. Because I really want to see what it was about. I want to see peak in his prime Wilt. I want to give him some better Nikes. I want to give him a knee brace or two, like updated knee braces. You know, I want him to get stretched out before the game and get a nice meal, because he was already doing a lot of stretching after games. You know,
Focus, Mars.
I do. I really do want to see that guy Wilt in peak prime Wilt in today's game. I don't feel safe going back then to watch Wilt. I don't trust it.
I can't wait to see how Bill Russell's going to do.
Yeah, Bill Russell, Jerry West, Oscar Robinson up here. Bring a lot of those dudes.
Put Jalen Green on the 90s Bulls and watch them win 7 rings instead of 6.
They really went 8. They really went 8. Hey, Mars, they really went 8.
Low-key, yeah, low-key.
He never
low-key.
He really is. I'm Dub. You're not here as much as you should be. This dude is taking years off my life, yo. He is. This dude is for real taking years off my life, man. I'm telling you.
I'm with him on Open Gym. He argues about the most nonsensical things I've ever seen from anybody.
Oh my goodness!
I've been quiet the whole episode. I haven't argued.
I said Open Gym, sir.
You just be wrong.
That's the same thing, Mars, is saying something outlandish.
How?
Oh,
Because it's the same thing. You might as well not say nothing. Because people actually want to hear you talk. But when you open your mouth, you saying stuff like, you take Jordan off the Bulls in the 90s with Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant, they running the table like they did in the 90s. Mars, I'm telling you, man, you're going to give me a stroke, yo. I'm telling you, you are. You don't know it, but you are going to give me a stroke.
Well, I guess we'll never know. The time machine saving Jordan's legacy right now.
Well, time machine, we also got to go save the Kings. Got to get that referee out of there. Make sure Tim Donaghy somehow does a referee that game. Right? Shout out the Kings with that one, man.
I'm kicking down the real quick. I'm kicking down the doors during the draft, and I'm telling the Lakers, hey man, go ahead and get Tatum. Just leave Lonzo Ball right there. Just go ahead, get that man Jason Tatum. Just whatever you do, just don't pass on Tatum.
I'm gonna go. Another thing I'll go is I'll go to the Chicago Bulls one day, and I'll tell Derrick Rose, I'll be like, not today, bro. Just not today. Just take the day off, bro. Or I'll tell Kobe. Like, hey, chill out, bro. Probably put knock him out real quick. Put that little that thing they do in the movies. Just take this day off, fam. You good?
Don't go to that hotel, Kobe. Don't go to that hotel.
Don't go out there. Crazy ironic. I'm leaving. This is from AG Shakur. Appreciate you. Crazy ironic. I'm leaving Charlotte Airport as a connecting flight, headed to Punta Cana, DR. Smoke some Damo. Hey, ticket. Debate me in person.
I'm not pulling up to the airport to hotbox with you, buddy. What the fuck are you talking about? What?
Ticket? Are you gonna debate him in person?
Man, look, man. Give me something thick.
Oh wow. Okay. From Big Dom Rich, can we stop talking about the Pacers for a while? Okay, cool. I like Josh Okogie. He plays hard from cultured Sonder. Just need him to start hitting his shots. Not gonna lie, he's a hard player though. Keys better in their prime. And who would you rather have on your team? Ho Grant or Sean Kemp?
Those are two different players. Ho Grant was more of a dirty work, rebounding, defending guy. Sean Kemp was better offensively, better in transition. So it depends on what the crew is. Sean Kemp was better for that Seattle team than Ho Grant was. And if you take Sean Kemp and put him on the Bulls, I mean, for what he does, I don't know if he does more than what Horace Grant does in terms of being a role player. I don't think it's sufficed that much. He's a better defender than Sean Kemp. He was a better rebounder than Sean Kemp. He was a better dirty work guy than Sean Kemp. I feel like Sean Kemp was a better player than him, but I feel like he was a better dirty work guy for the Chicago Bulls, and that's what they needed.
A better role player?
But everyone's a role player.
Touche, dog.
You almost said it. You almost said it too.
Touche, dog.
Got you.
Touche, dog.
Kelly Thompson, trade last 17, 31-11 on 46, 40, and 87, but Damo won't mention it. Playing off-ball better defense than DeJounte, Hallie, Dame, but he's dismissed. Top 5 PG.
First of all, Kelly, we just talked about him yesterday.
Why is it all me to talk about Trae Young?
Right, knock it off.
Why are y'all looking at me to talk about Trae Young?
Talked about him
This is like the third person I've seen. Oh, you're dumb enough to mention Trae Young. You're right. I'm not a Trae Young guy. He cool. I'm not a Trae guy. You know who I am going to talk about? That 43 my guy Cade put up last night, but nobody going to talk about it. I'm going to mention that because I'm a Cade guy.
Trae Young has
That's the best game I ever seen Cade play.
Facts.
No Killian Hayes on the court.
What are you eating, Mars?
Ironic.
Let's go on that for a second. What are you eating, Mars? Hand it over, yo.
You want crumpets?
Ain't nobody else over here hungry? You the only one hungry? That's it? What's going on?
Oh, no. I already know what I'm about to eat when I go downstairs.
Anyway, keep going.
Basketball pod for Coach Sonder.
Hey, man, we do what we do, brother. We definitely do what we do.
If NW10, if Bird wasn't drafted to a super team and had good teams his whole career, where would he rank? For me, he's the most overrated player ever.
Hey,
Luka is better.
Just so you know, he has no clue, Ticket. No clue about basketball. Just so you know, the year Bird got drafted to the Boston Celtics, they had won 21 games the year before that. 21. Yeah. And they had dudes like Bonds who was getting in fights and Cedric Maxwell. They were not a super team. We didn't know who Kevin McHale was. We did not know who Kevin McHale was. Robert Parrish was an afterthought with the Golden State Warriors. Go do your homework, man. Nobody wanted Robert Parrish. He was a throw-in on that with that trade with the Golden State Warriors. A throw-in. Imagine Robert Parrish being a throw-in. That's what he was.
Do your homework, man.
I do think like Larry Bird, he could have been drafted by the Cavaliers. Still, probably would have been an all-time great. That would we have rank him as high? Like Larry Bird with one championship, do we rank him as high?
No, you don't rank anyone as high if they only
even if he did the same. Even if he,
I was gonna say, let's say those championships he played the exact same way, but let's say Kevin McHale had a really bad series. He shot 20% throughout those series and he lost. Would that change Larry Bird? I don't think it should. Because Larry Bird,
you don't think it should, but that's what will happen. They'll change their opinion about him. Kobe will be better than him. Showtime.
Kobe is better than him.
Yeah, I think Kobe. Most of us have Kobe better than Larry Bird. Another one, fine.
I probably, Joseph, I'll answer the question. If Larry Bird only won one ring, Kobe would be better than him, correct? No way. There's no way. There's no way.
I'm just messing with you, though. I'm just
okay, I'm about to say that's crazy.
He was about to set PC chat on fire.
Oh my god.
That means Magic would have like 7.
Oh yeah, Magic.
Oh yeah, Magic would have a lot then.
Magic agenda.
And you know this as well as I do, Dub. Winning matters. Winning absolutely matters. 100% it does. So yeah, I'm just
got you.
That Magic story hit different, man. Winning 7 rings and then having to be forced to retire. Jordan will never be the GOAT.
Yeah, that story is insane with Magic Johnson.
Never be the GOAT.
And have you seen some of the documentary with like Kareem and Magic in them? The one that they had like a year ago or so?
I think so.
I mean, not the documentary, the reenactment.
What?
Winning Time?
Winning Time? The show?
Yeah. Have you seen some?
Oh yeah. I'll watch all of it.
Bro, that thing would have been way better if he won 7, bro. That thing would have been crazy.
Imagine. I ain't gonna lie, watching that, that makes me think like if you put social media back then, they'd have been just as obsessed with it and upset about it as they are now. Because them huddling around the TV to listen to a radio station broadcast of just a 30-second snippet and them putting holes through walls. I'm like, y'all would have cared. Y'all care what people say. Y'all weren't
so
that
really quick, Dub, to the dude in the chat, Luncho. Just so you know, when how the Boston Celtics got Robert Parrish, the reason why they got him, they wanted the pick, right? So Red Auerbach wanted that number 3 pick so he could take Kevin McHale. And part of the deal, because he sold everybody he sold that he wanted John Barry Carroll, who everybody at that time called him Joe Bailey Cares. Joe Barry Carroll is his name. But it was Joe Bailey Cares because he was somewhat of he as good as he was. We all found out that he didn't really care that much. So he wanted to pick because he wanted Kevin McHale, and part of that was getting Robert Parrish. That was part of it. It wasn't that Robert Parrish is this great 5-man, and no, Robert Parrish was not that good on the Golden State Warriors, and they weren't very interested in a whole lot of other stuff. So let's not talk like Robert Parrish was this all-league center. He wasn't.
Did Larry Bird peak higher than Magic? Like at his best, is he better basketball than Magic? Yes. I think he is. Yeah, I think at his best, he's a better. Okay.
Yeah, but your knowledge of Magic is that 85.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man. Give me Larry over Magic.
Hey, Jalen, you're a disrespectful person, bro. I'm gonna say that to you.
What, having Larry over Magic?
Yeah, you're a very disrespectful person.
How is that disrespectful? How is that disrespectful?
But you and Dub, you and Dub lead the like the disrespect crew of Magic Johnson, and you two guys are sad, man. It's like y'all really didn't understand. Nah, man. Because what y'all do is the stuff y'all say out y'all mouth, bro. Y'all really disrespect that guy's career, bro. Magic Johnson.
You have no idea how good he was, Jalen. You have no idea how good he was, B. None whatsoever.
I just understand how good he was in his time.
Yeah, I just think a lot of the stories and the folklore around these guys doesn't match up to what you actually see on the court a lot of the times. They're phenomenal players.
The crazy part is I'm literally editing videos and watching this at the same time. And I'm sorry, the way I see it, the way I look at it, it'll be good in his time. I understand I understand everything about the infatuation with him and everything. He was doing things that not a lot of people, people weren't seeing at that time. 6'9" guy making plays like that and dribbling the rock. And especially like he was hitting nice mid-range shots too. Yeah, I understand. But as progression happened, I'm just looking at it like, this ain't moving me like that. Not like it is now.
It was the whole Magic playing center thing. Remember, Mars brought it out a couple months ago. He's like, it didn't happen. Everyone believed that story, and then you actually go watch it. You're like, oh, damn. It really didn't happen. He was not playing center. He took a jump ball, and occasionally he was in the post, but he was not playing center. But the whole story of Magic Johnson played center when his teammate was down is still part of the whole mythology, folklore of Magic Johnson. And that's
he did
not
get 15
true.
rebounds.
Yeah, which is great. But again, he was not playing center.
Well, yeah, but
just so you know, and the same thing is going to happen 20 years from now when your nephew comes to you and tells you that Steph Curry wasn't really all that.
And if someone comes along who's better than Steph,
I wouldn't care.
Why would I be here like, nah, Steph was
Which,
doing
and I don't have a problem with that neither. I don't have a problem with that neither. I mean, it's obvious because I think James is who he is that I can look past older guys. I'm not stuck on dudes that's just
especially the era, especially the era.
So if you not stuck
like
on
that
older
2010, that 2010s era was weak, bro. That was a weak era.
But you wanted to argue with me about that, but that's fine. At least you're right. You're right now.
No,
that was the weakest part of a weak era. If you think the era was weak, but you don't think the bigs were weak, that's wrong. Yeah, that's fine. Let's get back to cooking the old heads. Let's get back to cooking the old heads.
Go ahead.
If we can look past, if you say you can look past the bias of the old generation, well, why is Magic Johnson better than Luka Doncic?
Why is he better than Luka Doncic?
Just as basketball players, you look at them both.
Right.
Magic Johnson, Luka Doncic. Why is Magic Johnson better than him?
Well, he's bigger. I think he was a better athlete.
Bigger in terms of what?
So Luka's 6'7", Magic is 6'9".
He was taller. I think Luka has more mass than Magic Johnson.
Luka's stronger.
I don't know about that, but anyway,
okay.
Magic. Magic played in the big man era. So with Magic playing in the big man era, the game wasn't as wide open. So with the game being more wide open, I think Magic would be even better today because of the switching that you have. When you have guys switching 1 to 5, you got guys switching 1 to 4. I think Magic's ability to get downhill, and not only in half court, but in transition, his ability to speed the game up. I think he would be doing the same thing that he'd be doing the same thing that a lot of these guys are doing today that are considered elite players and elite scorers. Him being better, he's better at the stripe. I think Magic shoots almost 90% from the stripe for his career. He's a better distributor. He was better in the clutch. He failed in the clutch sometimes, but he also was better in the clutch, just like Luka failed in the clutch also. So when I think about overall as a basketball player, Luka wasn't great with the long ball. Magic wasn't great with the long ball, but he was good enough to be respected during that time because not many people shot the long ball, but he shot it enough where people at least had to respect it. In terms of his mid-range game, it was good enough. In fact, it was good enough where he made himself almost impossible to guard because he can knock down the mid-range and speed up the game the way he did. So with all of those things, I think that he was better than Luka Doncic.
Interesting. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I agree with you, by the way. Magic clears Luka. I agree. I'm with you.
See, a lot of y'all, not Mars in particular, but a lot of people think that when you pose with a question, it has to be, well, Mars, you don't know what you're talking about. Mars asks a simple question. Chill. Why you think Magic better than Luka? Okay, Mars, this is why I think he's better than him. And if he doesn't agree with it, he challenges my theory. That's the way that works.
Okay.
Conversation. Yeah, it's called conversation.
Okay, cool. Sports PSP, to Chill's point about the shoes, OJ said he would never worn those ugly behind shoes, but 9 months before the double homicide, he wore those shoes.
Dub, real quick, just so you know, he had a limo. His alibi was the limo. His alibi was the red-eye flight to Chicago. That was going to be his alibi. But he ended up, the reason why the limo driver went around the block a couple of times, OJ said, quote, he was asleep. OJ wasn't asleep. You know where he was, Dub? He was upstairs getting cleaned up because he was late. And why was he late? Because dude showed up. Damn, I got to kill you too. If he wasn't there and just his ex-wife was there, the plan was already hashed out. Handle her, come back, get cleaned up. The limo driver's here. I'm gone. There's my alibi. But dude is here. Damn, I got to kill you too. And that's throwing a monkey wrench in everything he was doing.
That's insane. I gotta kill you too. That's crazy. Ladarius, have y'all talked about Ant-Man? What's up with these guys and women, man? Oh my God. Oh, I thought he was talking about the movie. I was so confused.
Right.
Ant-Man, what's up with these guys and women, man? You guys want to get into it real quick, or?
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on, dog. What's going on with this dude?
So what happened was there was a woman that Anthony Edwards was in relations with. She leaked their messages about her being pregnant, and that Anthony Edwards was basically kept like forcing the issue of her to get a big A. I don't want to say it on, I don't know what YouTube does, but a big A.
Right.
And the reason why I said send the video earlier, like Anthony Edwards, because this man, she kept responding. She said craziest thing. She said an AI generated picture of what their baby could look like. And then after that, he kept saying, just send the video, basically sending the video of like the operation being over with. And she kept hitting it up like, why are you acting like this? He was like, send the video. Why? Send the video. And to the point where she sent the video of everything and she leaked all of that, probably because she's out of spite. She's angry about the whole thing because she really didn't want to have the abortion. I mean, the big A. Sorry about that. And then Anthony Edwards yesterday put out a post saying that, women have a choice to make their own decisions. I'm handling my personal matters and this, and that. And basically he just had a big A with somebody that.
So if I'm understanding you correctly, Dub, so this chick that, didn't keep the baby, this ain't his chick. This is another chick that he was messing around with.
It's not it's not a chick that he's trying to.
That's what I'm talking about. Because I've actually seen him with his main chick. They got a dog and everything. So apparently this other chick, that what you're trying to tell me, this is a chick who wasn't his main chick that he ends up knocking up, and you can't keep the baby. You got to get him. You can't keep the baby.
And he sent her $100K for it to happen.
He sent her $100K to get the. We can't say that word on YouTube.
Right.
I don't know. I don't ever know where you. I don't ever know where you.
Yeah.
So he sent her $100,000 to get rid of the baby. That's what you're saying. He sent her $100,000 to get rid of the baby. All right, I got you. I didn't know what was going on with him. Okay.
Look, so that's what happened. It's pretty wild. And my mind is like with him putting out that message about basically like a public apology. In my head is like, I think every man has a right to sit here and have a say of what they should do with the baby. I don't think it's just solely the female and it's not just solely the man. It's definitely a decision that both of them need to make. So people giving him hate because, oh yeah, you can't tell somebody what to do with it. Bro, that's his kid. The only way for that kid to be there if something that came out of his body is in that body for that to happen.
We both did
exactly.
That. You didn't do that by yourself. I didn't do that by myself. We both did that.
Exactly. Like it's not just at that point in time, like it's not just your responsibility anymore. You're holding the baby for sure, but it's not just yours. It's both of y'all. So I don't agree with people giving him hate for having a say of what
you don't just get to make that decision without me. You don't.
But I don't agree because the lady did say like she had one like 2 years ago and she didn't want to go through that. And like when you lose a kid 1 or 2 times, like you just it affects you a little. It affects you, and you kind of don't want to build a habit of that. So I understood why she didn't want to sit here and do that. So, I'm
surprised she got. You can say the word on YouTube for sure. I'm surprised she got the abortion for only $100K. I mean, that's significantly less than the amount of money that she could have gotten. Maybe
she did it.
She sent the video.
Yeah, she said she did. Yeah, she got it. He sent her.
She sent him the video.
Yeah, she took the pills. She took the pill for him, and I guess the original conversation was just to get a typical abortion where they have the procedure, all that type of stuff. So I don't know. My whole thing with it, I think he went about the perfect way you go about it. He didn't want another kid. He didn't want to get with her. He was like, look, I'm not going for it. She out here sending AI baby pictures and shit. Look how cute. Nah, but where the video at? What are we talking about? Like,
yeah, but Damo, you would have squeezed too in that thing, man. You would have squeezed. I looked at her IG. Everybody in here.
Let's be real. I'm getting that plan B immediately. I don't care, y'all.
You don't think I keep plan B's in my car? You don't think we keep plan B's on deck, ready to go?
Man, listen, let me tell y'all something. Hold on, let me tell y'all.
Come on, man.
Let me tell y'all. All y'all do is
plan B's on standby. That's a lot of bread.
Plan B's at Costco. You get the deal, man. You get more. I'm telling you, man.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, you gotta buy them both. Buy them both, man. Buy them both.
That's insane. That's criminal. You're a criminal, sir.
It's
I'm
legal.
sorry.
100%
I'm from the South, where we have natural, big, beautiful women down here. I don't need this fake shit. I'm sorry. So it's never been my thing. It really hasn't. And I've seen her. She has a botched BBL. I'm good. I'm good. I don't know about you.
Look.
I don't know about Ant. But me personally, botched BBLs don't fly by my radar.
Yeah, look.
Well, I feel ticket because let's be real,
No, I didn't. Hold on. I didn't say that.
Friday, Saturday night.
I'm just saying this, Damo. All I'm saying is this: if you was in the room with her right now with nobody else in there, Dom, bro, you going all in, bro. You don't lie. Don't come up in here and lie on a national platform, bro. We already know what the deal is. You ain't gotta lie, bro. You ain't gotta lie.
And Damo, let's be real. Let's be real, Damo. This is why I'll give Anthony Edwards this.
That's why
let's be real, Damo. I'll give Anthony Edwards this. There'll be moments where you just like
everybody's getting mad at Ant-Man. Everybody's getting mad at Dub. You've been there before, like you drunk, whatever. Everybody get mad at Ant-Man.
Yeah.
And Ant-Man,
you got something like that.
Ant-Man in that moment. Man, Ant-Man, like, man, I ain't finna put that thing on, man. I'm finna go for the gold.
No, I'll tell you.
I'm not gonna lie. You are sad men. Not gonna lie. Y'all sad.
That's not true.
That's Friday, Saturday night. You see her. She's
stop. Jalen.
You're giving her the best 30 seconds of your life.
He's not lying. He's not lying,
No. Y'all need to stop. And this is real sad. And this is why a lot of these celebrity men end up like this, because it's just guys like y'all with money. You niggas are nasty. If I'm Anthony Edwards, number one pick, I just signed a big contract. I got a lady at home. Do you not think I'm gonna be super strategic about my cheating at the very least? Do you think I'm not gonna pick the top of the litter? I'm in a different class now. Why do I need to deal with, even if I'm drunk, even if it's Friday night? Out of all the women you can pick drunk on a Friday night, why are you picking botch BBL? You have options. That's not me on Friday night. That's not y'all on Friday night. It is Anthony freaking Edwards.
But I agree with you though. But I agree with you though, right? But Damo, I agree with you. But we also have to be realistic. Let's be real, fam. Let's say if you got something good at home. No. Let's say if you got something good at home, right? There could be something walking by that ain't that good, but you just look at him like, dang, I just gotta see.
So, Doug, let me make sure I'm understanding.
That happens. Let's be realistic. Bravo, that you're lying. You're lying. You're lying. That happens all the time.
As the family man here, I promise you, when I'm out and about with my girl, when I'm out and about by myself, I don't look at anything.
You don't got a family.
Stop. I'm not looking at anything, let alone anything worse than what I got at home. If you are, you're a sad guy.
Davo, you're different. You got a whole family. He don't
when
got
I was single.
Does he have a kid?
But even if he did,
with his main girl, pregnant,
got a girl.
They're having a kid.
Got a girl, and they got a dog. I mean, dog. How many times have you seen a nice car? You want to drive that car?
I'll put the analogy like this, right?
This is
the analogy.
I already got a dope ride. I can admire your car without wanting to drive it. I can admire your car, and I can check out your ride, and this is a nice ride.
I'm gonna cook you like this.
I ain't interested in driving your car. You know why?
Watch this.
I already got my own ride, bro.
I'm gonna cook you like this. My favorite. You go to the grocery store, right? I got my strawberry yogurt there every time. Love my strawberry yogurt. That's my favorite. Go, gets the job done, right? Every now and then, you see the blue raspberry, or you see the cherry, or you got a new flavor where it's a swirl. You're like, I love my strawberry yogurt. That's my favorite. But I want to taste of that real quick, you know? I got to taste that blue raspberry yogurt real quick. Like, what I'm saying, I'm not disagreeing. Wait. I'm not disagreeing. I am not disagreeing with the mindset of avoiding temptation and stay true to that strawberry yogurt. I agree with that wholeheartedly. But at the end of the day, let's be realistic.
You're not being realistic. You're being biased. You're being
That's not biased. That's realistic.
Stop. No.
My God.
It's not. I have strawberry yogurt and look at the blueberry. That's not what this is. I have strawberry yogurt. Oh, and look, there's this stepped on cranberry yogurt sitting over there. It's
but that's to you. That's not to him. That's to you.
No. It is a consensus that woman's BBL is not up to par. So that cranberry yogurt is
my liking towards somebody is subjective. It's completely subjective to me. You probably think that. He probably didn't think that. He probably looked at it like that BBL
it's already
opened.
Good. It done been. You can tell it done hit the ground. It got scratches on it. You want?
Let's be real. No, let's be honest.
Yogurt. That's my.
What are you talking about? You acting like
it's.
Man, look,
listen, stop. You're comparing it like it's orange to orange. No, this is an orange to a beat up apple.
Like stepped on orange.
This is a lesser product.
Let's be honest. Men love H's. I don't want to say it, but they love H's. That's what they do. It is what it is. That's what it is.
That's my thing.
It's subjective, Damo. You think that. He probably don't.
No, you're just getting.
You acting like
a pass for being a sad dude, bro. I get it.
That's not true.
You might be able to relate. I can't relate. I can't relate to sad dude.
It's subjective. What you think looks good probably looks good to him, fam.
Okay, that's fine. What look good to me might not look good to him. But if everyone in this room, if all however many thousands of people in our chat can all say, "Oh no, her shit's ugly," that's not subjective. That's objective.
That's to you. No, that's not. It's a bigger pool of subjectivity. But you're also
put a poll up.
It's still subjective. It's still subjective, Damo.
Hold on. But this is the thing, though. Look, I just put on Instagram right now. Paige Jordan. Let's keep it 100. 90% of y'all got no shot with her at all. Y'all acting like you ain't gonna do that. Do you see this girl? Do you see the bitch? Stop it. Y'all ain't built like that. Stop it. Okay. Not again. And 99% would 100% do it for one night. You see this girl?
What's her Instagram? Let's pull it up.
Pull it up.
What's her Instagram? We're here. We're here.
She ain't her. Paige Jordan. Paige Jordan.
No. My bad. We can do that on Dumb Bro. We can't. We're not gonna do that here. We're not gonna do that here.
Okay.
To Damo's point, as my grandmother always told me, if you're gonna do something wrong, do it right. And there's no way that something like that is gonna push you over to that side if you already got something at home that's not worth screwing up. No way.
And look, I'm off for true love. Don't if you had a good one at home, you really in love with her, don't cheat. 100% don't do it. Ain't doing that. Don't cheat on someone you really care about, really love. I'm all for true love, all that. But I'm saying when it comes to these athletes in their situation in terms of having multiple hundreds, if not thousands of women a day in their DMs approaching them or when they're on the street, it's going to be a lot more. It's easier for us in the general world to live that life where when you're an athlete with so many but what's the saying is a lot of men are only as faithful as your options. It's easy to stay faithful when your options aren't.
Let's not act as if men and even women they be with somebody they're like, bro, this person ugly. Why are you with them? They just be like, I like them. We don't look at them crazy. That's their own subjective way of how they feel.
If you want to pay for these millionaires for making terrible decisions, that's on you, Dub. I
already said I think it's a terrible decision, but I can understand where the mindset is, fam.
And Adamo, there's no way you would have looked at her Instagram and think you ain't taking her for a couple rounds. Stop it. There ain't no way. If you were single, I know your family.
I've been known of this woman. I don't like botch BBL. Me personally, I'm speaking from a personal sense.
Yeah, that you're subjective.
BBL. That's just that. Fine, but if they're a BBL in general, that's just not me. I can understand somebody going by one. If it look cool, if it's fine, I can understand people being like, all right, that's cool. But a botched one. Niggas out here doing
well, I'm not a BBL guy too. I'm into like more of the fit. I don't like the huge, gigantic, the non-proportionate stuff. Not my thing. But this ain't it don't really look botched though. Where are you seeing this botch nonsense? I don't see the botchness stuff.
This man Jalen crazy.
You on her influence.
Facts.
You gotta find a video. Let me stop. Don't get that. Let's not get into that, man. Where's the balls talk, man? Let's talk about
speaking of botched. I hear a lot of y'all talking about the Kobe White getting into the most improved player, and there's another guy that's emerging in that conversation too, who I thought was going to be the most improved player last year, and that's Collin Sexton. So I think I'm going to have to start paying more attention to what Collin Sexton is doing. I think over the last 5 games, he's averaging like 26 a game, 26 and like 6. He's the dude that I thought was going to win it last year because I thought Utah, where I had to snatch Mars right with that hoodie on off that Utah train because he was on it. I had to snatch him off that train. I thought that they were going to be terrible, and I thought they were going to turn Collin Sexton loose. So I had the right team. I just had the wrong dude because they turned marketing loose. But I'm looking at what Collin Sexton is doing this year, and I don't think that he's going to average 26 a game for the rest of the season. But if we can, if he could continue to do what he's doing, I think he'll enter the conversation. I do.
All right. I can't wait to get to these ones later. Josiah became a member. Appreciate you, brother. What makes a player better offensively? My friends say things like, at the end of the day, it's about buckets. So my take's like Stockton is better offensively player than Scotty. I'm looked at crazy.
It is about buckets.
How you guys feel about the Scotty and Stockton?
I think Stockton's a better offensive player than Scotty Pippen.
Yeah,
it's not by a lot, Mars. Yeah. It's not by a lot. It's really close. But
if Stockton was more aggressive, it would definitely be him.
I give Stockton the edge.
I've never really thought about it until this moment, but yeah, it probably is Stockton. Yeah.
What makes a player better offensively? That's the question he's asking from Proud. Produced
I don't think it's about buckets, Mars, because you got guys who get buckets but don't do the other stuff to impact games. So
yeah,
if it comes down to a bucket, then that means that Carmelo Anthony is a top 5 player offensively. I mean, that means that Adrian Dantley.
You're missing it.
No, I'm not, because
it's about buckets, but it doesn't mean you have to get the buckets. But how you, on the offensive side of the ball, how you help your team score the basketball.
See, now we
come down to buckets. That's what it's about. It will come down to buckets. If you create the bucket, if you score the bucket, if you get the rebound that leads to the bucket, if you set the screen that leads, it all comes down to how you help your team score the bucket.
So Draymond's an elite bucket.
Your contribution to your team getting a bucket, no matter how
offense is. It's going to come down to how you help your team score.
Ultimately, buckets in terms of scoring, not you getting buckets, but how you contribute to your team getting buckets. In addition to me getting buckets, how can I get other people buckets? When do I get my buckets? How do I get my buckets? How do I get this guy buckets? And how often is this going on? For example, Joker. How often is Joker getting Jamal Murray buckets or MPJ buckets? When is he getting them buckets? How is he getting these guys more comfortable in the offense? Same idea with guys like Magic or Shaq and guys like that. All right, I could definitely get with that logic, because I misunderstood you when you said it's all about buckets. Because immediately I'm thinking it's just about a guy who can get buckets. And I'm thinking to myself, is Adrian Dantley a top 5 offensive player all time? Because Adrian Dantley had a 6-year stretch where he averaged 30 a game. And he was shooting like 55% from the floor. And Adrian Dantley didn't go but 6'5". Couldn't nobody cover him. Couldn't nobody cover the dude. But I don't think that Adrian Dantley is one of the 5 best offensive players all time. I don't think that.
He was elite, though.
Yes, he was 100%.
What do you know about 6'5" post-ups? Yeah, Adrian Dantley.
I give you. It's crazy that you mentioned that, Mars, because I read the book of basketball a couple of years ago, and Bill Simmons he wrote in the book number of guys, because Adrian Dantley was listed at 6'5". He really wasn't that big. He's like 6'4". He said number of guys in the NBA who fits that description today. These many. None. Nobody. And Detroit was running their offense through a dude 6'4" on the box. It was running their offense through him, just so you know. Okay. I'm sorry to hold us up, dog.
No, you good. I'm looking for my phone. I don't know where happened to it.
So
Alan R, I would have laughed at that, Dub. I get it. Yeah. I guess that's when the guy fell off the escalator. Ticket, respect dude on Damo's screen. Wow.
Respect these, man.
Man, that's insane. That is insane.
Damo, respect these.
Alan R, you just there, man. You were just there. Alan R, Ticket think Ja Jesus Christ or something. Last time he had to take this bad, he said Memphis would be better than the Kings. Shout out, Ron.
That's tough.
W host in the house. Baby girl, Ronisha gone MIA. Book a 30-minute one-topic debate between Tika Mania, I would assume that, and Damo Chocolate. Hashtag Dub Universe. Hashtag Mars Takeover. Martian Takeover. Salute to you, your stuff. Appreciate you, brother. Reggie Reg, Question for Lakers fans: after celebrating that AAU championship, what would be the narrative when they're out in the first round of the finals?
Troll alert! Troll alert! There is no first round of the finals. There is no first round of the finals.
I can't wait for us to win the chip this year. I'm gonna be so obnoxious. Oh, people gonna hate me.
If you out in the first round of the finals, how can you out in the first round of the finals?
First was a Mickey Mouse ring. Now it's the AAU. I mean, people just love to hate greatness.
The Lakers winning a chip this year might be the worst thing that could happen to this show.
Oh man, I'll tell you right now, LeBron win that. Oh man, I
might not show up for a while.
I'm not gonna be there neither, Moss, because I don't know if I can handle it. And I'm
not dealing with MJ and LeBron debates for 2 months.
I don't know if I can handle it.
Ain't no debate. There ain't gonna be no debate.
There is no debate.
Who's debating?
I'm just gonna say who's debating. If you want to debate, you
if you think there still isn't going to be debate, all right, cool. Okay.
I won't be able to handle
it. No, Mars, there will be debates. There won't be debates on here.
I'm questioning people's mental health. Your logic.
MJ fans will be looking like this.
Ain't no debate.
Oh my God, yo. I would not be able to handle it. I just wouldn't be able to. So
I can't say his name, but Vignesh D became a YouTube member. Appreciate you. We got Easy MB became a YouTube member. Appreciate you.
Easy Mo B. That's Easy MB. Easy Mo B. Be easy.
Cruising Nation. Beal missed 20. Book 9. KD missed 4 games and bench.
That's what happened with that Phoenix team, man.
Yeah, he's out for another 2 weeks off the sprained ankle. That's insane.
There's no way he's going to be able to stay healthy this season.
Well, the ankle one was just unfortunate. He landed on someone on a jump shot. That's unfortunate.
On the big fella, on Nurkic, he landed on his foot. That was just unfortunate.
The back injury, yeah, he's cooked. But the ankle, yeah, that's just unfortunate.
Well, this is more time for him to heal from both. So maybe it's a blessing in disguise.
Mm-hmm.
Teddy Hart, chill. Don't forget about CP3 took OKC, who was supposed to be his retirement home and lottery team, and made them a very solid playoff team. That's true.
He did do that. I thought that Oklahoma City team was going to be garbage. He did do that. Yes, he did.
Cruising Nation. Book top 5 in assists, top 5 in points per possession. It's not Suns offense. It's a defense they haven't played with consistent players in the rotation.
Book is not in the top 5 in assists in the league. No, he is not.
This man just said teams need to build chemistry now because he hates Book chemistry. Don't matter. 10 plus new players, new coach, don't matter either.
Devin Booker's been phenomenal this year. I don't think he gets enough credit for his passing and playmaking.
Cool. The ones. Gil said Miami don't have culture, and he was in the NBA.
I don't even know what that means. Yeah,
but he wasn't on the Heat.
Yeah,
basically what he's saying, the guy who was an NBA player saying something as ridiculous like Miami doesn't have a culture.
But if they didn't have culture, then why am I looking at a player in Javier Jaquez and thinking to myself, that dude looks like a Miami Heat player? There's not many guys that I could say look like a Charlotte Hornet or look like a Golden State
Charlotte Hornet.
Right. There's not many guys that I could say that look like a Phoenix Sun. I've seen players who look like a Miami Heat. You look like that type of player that you could play for the Miami Heat. And he looks like that kind of player. Dirty work, plays hard, like Caleb Martin. That's the kind of player he looks like. A dude like that. So absolutely.
I think Bismack Biyombo is a Miami Heat kind of guy.
No, we good.
Why do y'all make chemistry arguments for supposed good teams, but make little to no effort to give analysis to other teams in similar conditions, i.e. Washington?
Because no one watches Washington.
Can you be a bad team with good chemistry?
Yeah.
I would like to think the correlation between chemistry and being a good team and having a good offense.
Because you can be rocking with each other, liking each other. You go out there and you just lose.
So you can have chemistry as a homie.
We're talking about on the court.
On the court,
and you can be perfectly fine on the court. You guys know what you're doing, and you just worse than everyone. Doesn't mean you have bad chemistry.
We got good chemistry. We're just not that good.
Yeah. I've always correlated good chemistry.
That do be happening. I'm not gonna lie.
Good chemistry. To me, good team chemistry, like on the court, is good ball movement. People understanding their positions, where their team is.
Good ball movement is that's scheme.
Yeah, chemistry is like your your understanding and just like willingness to play with the people around you, and you actually have a good time. Like when you're talking about like the utilization of the players just aren't utilized by the coach. That's something completely different.
No, I don't think the Wizards have great chemistry, but you can be a bad team with good chemistry.
What chemistry is, Dub, is it fits with us. It works, right? So I don't have to Ticket and I are on the floor, and I don't have to say much to Ticket, right? Ticket, I know where Ticket likes the basketball. When Ticket gets the ball off the rim, he knows where I like it in the outlet spot, right? I know how to get Ticket involved. I know how to get Ticket going when he doesn't look like he feel like playing tonight. I know how to turn Ticket up. That's chemistry. I feel like that's generated over time, as opposed to, you just throwing guys together and you just trying to make that work.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you on that, Chilltown. I'm with you on that, but I'm just saying, like, when you said that, I still think about like the KD and Booker situation, bro. When you're that great, you're supposed to still be able to win games just based off your greatness. The games, like some games, your greatness is supposed to be able to get you through. So yeah, I do agree with you on chemistry, time, all the other stuff, bro. When you're that great, bro, man, you're supposed to be beating some of these sorry teams. Like, bro, you ain't supposed to be going life or death with the Wizards, bro. You ain't supposed to be going triple overtime with the Utah Jazz. You're not supposed to be losing to, I forget the team they lost to, bro. It was just embarrassing. It really was before the Wizards game. So, like I said, man, it's just sometimes, man, it's some things you don't accept on the court, bro. And I know some people, like a lot of people, don't understand how I think, why I think. But y'all got to understand, man, dudes that actually play the game, they think for them, man. Them dudes are crazy for real. Chilltown know this. Y'all, everybody look at Gil and all these guys like, yo, these dudes is crazy, bro. You got to have a crazy mindset to be involved in professional sports. It's the most greasiest, grimiest, dirtiest business you could ever be involved with. Me being a professional basketball player for 16 years of my life, Chilltown, was some of the best but worst time I ever had, bro. As far as the business, it's the dirtiest business ever. You hate the business. You know what I'm saying? And so it makes you crazy, man, a lot of this stuff, bro. It does, man. A lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that people don't even see it drives you nuts and it makes you crazy, man. So a lot of that has to do with chemistry as well, but you have to be able to show up and do your job on the court. So it shouldn't really be no excuses, man. You're getting paid a lot of money to play basketball. So if somebody's paying you to do something, you got to show up and do your job. And the reason why I don't give KD and Booker and them dudes no excuses, bro, is because them dudes is vets in the league. They're not young guys that don't understand how this thing works. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The people that's in the stands, they're not trying to hear them excuses, bro. They're trying to see results. And if they don't, they're gonna let you hear about it. And that's why you got to go out there and get it done. And that's why I actually watching KD, man. I used to be a big fan of KD, and I kind of fell back off being a fan of KD because of some of the things he said, some of the way he conducted himself, and then just the way I see like other things working out with other young players. I'm watching how these young players are coming up early trying to go get it. You know what I'm saying? They're not crying about making super teams. They're not crying like, look at Luka. Like, you haven't seen Luka out here crying about, I need superstars and I need this and I need that. I need to trade a whole team and do this. You're not seeing him. He's literally just going out there hooping, doing what he got to do. You know what I'm saying? And, I mean, you look at Joel Embiid. He's not crying saying, hey, man, give me all these superstars. You know what I'm saying? He's literally trying to play basketball. You don't see Tatum doing that. He's not crying saying, hey, man, I need to get more help because he lost the NBA Finals. You're not saying that. They literally just go out there and play ball. That's why I have a better appreciation for some guys versus other guys. You know what I'm saying? Versus KD, who threw the whole daggone Brooklyn Nets team under the bus the other year when he the reason why they was like that. Yeah, y'all gonna look at me and I'm the only reason why we gonna win. Remember he said that, Doug?
Yep.
Can someone send a super chat about the Chicago Bulls, please, so we can talk about Alex Caruso and Kobe White?
Do you want to just talk about it now? Go ahead.
Kobe White hooping.
No, I want to send a super chat about it.
If you want to talk about it,
because you're reading a super chat, so someone just send a super chat and we'll get to it. So go ahead, Doug.
HIV saved Jordan's career? Question mark from Cultured Sonder. Why is 2010?
Whoa! Hang on.
Take it back.
Whoa! No, let's chill out on that. Because if you remember, they smoked the Lakers in the NBA Finals. Even though James Worthy got hurt and Byron Scott got hurt, that Chicago Bulls team was turning into a juggernaut. So the fact that Magic left, I still think Jordan was going to be awesome. So it wasn't like it wasn't like that because Magic had to bow out that saved Jordan's career. No, it didn't. No, it did not. That's not true.
Got you. Why is 2010s weak? Solely because the bigs were bad?
No,
because it was trash. I just think the teams that was in that area, the teams that was in that era, it's just from all across the board. Like some of the positions, like it was top heavy, was like great talent, but then after that, I mean, it was just a severe drop off from a lot. Like being a top 30 player in like the 2010s is not as valuable as being a top 30 player now or a top 30 player back in the 2000s. Or
now, when you say when you say top heavy, so in your estimation, Dub, who was the best two guard from 2010 to 2019?
Oh shoot,
it's James Harden. Dub, keep it.
Oh yeah, Harden.
Okay,
Harden.
James Harden. Who's the best lead guard?
Chris Paul.
Probably Curry or CP. I'll probably go with Curry.
Curry, CP. And we already know about the big situation, right? Because the bigs, it was getting weaker because the game was going the other way. It was getting
it's probably DeMarcus Cousins. Probably
it was moving further away from the basket. So James was the best. So James was the best 3-man. Who was the best 4-man during that era?
That's kind of tricky because you had the second half with Giannis, and then the first half with like Dirk. And
say it again, Mars.
It's Anthony Davis.
Oh, AD. I'm tripping with AD.
I just in terms of AD's competition, who was his competition during that time? Because Mars, you talk about the 2010s being trash. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because I'm bringing up the guys who, okay, this was the best 2 guard. Who was his competition? This was the best lead guard. Who was his competition? This was the best small forward. Who was his competition? That's why I'm bringing that up.
Well, LeBron's competition was KD and Kawhi.
KD, Kawhi, Paul George.
Wasn't this the greatest small forward era in NBA history?
Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah. Okay, yes. We're getting very loose with the term competition if you start going to Paul George and Carmelo, but right. Sure.
I mean, they were there. Hold on, Miles. Before you go any further, they were there. Okay, I'm not saying that Carmelo Anthony was ever better than James, but he was in the conversation as being one of the better small forwards during that time. How about that?
Okay, sure. And then Steph, you got Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, Dame later on in the decade.
John Wall,
Kyrie,
Damian
those
Lillard.
guys. Yeah, those guys. Isaiah Thomas for 1 year. Shooting guard was James Harden, Clay, DeMar DeRozan, maybe Bradley Beal, maybe. Kobe for the first 3 years of the decade.
Right.
I don't think I'm forgetting anyone.
I don't think you're forgetting anybody neither. But
and then power forward, it was AD, Giannis came along, Zach Randolph,
Blake Griffin,
Blake for sure,
Kevin Love,
yeah.
So with these guys, because I think we've already eliminated the 5 spot because again the game was moving further away from the basket, so the 5 wasn't like it was in previous decades. So with that being said, and the game moving away from the basket and the guys being more skilled, why would you suggest that the 2010s were garbage when we have a point guard era, which is one of the best point guard eras in NBA history? You had
it's not just about the position. It's not just about the players. It's also about the teams. There weren't a lot of good teams. Let's not forget that there was 2 teams in the Bobcats and the Sixers competing for the worst teams of all time, and they did that for multiple seasons, right? The East was historically one of the worst conferences I've ever seen in my life. And the West was good, but it really started getting very good mainly towards like the end of the 2010s tenure. So it's not just the players, also like the teams that was there, the continuity that was there. And it was just a bad era of basketball. And even when you look and watch this play, like people don't pay attention, like they weren't playing at a crazy fast pace either. So a lot of the games was very closed off. A lot of it, the paint was even getting clogged as well because there wasn't a lot of talent on the teams. It was a lot of the teams, it was filled with a lot of top heavy talent, but then the rest of the role players just weren't that great. And then you talk about the league at the time was just getting pushed away from the basket. I disagree. I just think the centers just weren't great. I just think the centers, there was nobody else to have because the league's been getting pushed away for a very long time. But you have Cat, you have Bam, you have I guess Sabonis is the 5 now. You have Jokic, you have Embiid. So you have a resurgence of the bigs, and so it's not that the league is just pushing bigs out the league. No, they were just bad. I mean, you had guys who were supposed to be great in the 2010s from the big position, and they just didn't pan out. They were terrible. So in my head, it's not that the league was just pushing them out. I just think it was just a bad time for bigs. They just were not having talent at that time for the center position.
It was
So
late 2000s offense without 2000s defense. That's what it was.
Exactly. So it was like the teams and everything, it just wasn't great. So like if a kid wants to come to me and be like, yeah, the 2010s was weak, so I'm not going to look at like LeBron James and him dominating the 2010s like that. Cool. I don't disagree with you. Not even mad at you for doing that. So like that's why. So my whole thing is like I keep the same energy with everyone. I don't have a certain bias to my own generation. If a kid wants to come 20 years down the road and be like LeBron was just going through a weak Eastern Conference and a terrible talented teams, and that's why they don't think he's the GOAT. Cool. I won't even argue with you because I understand it. It's not a problem with me.
I think the teams were better than we're making them out to be. I mean, I can understand you saying it's the weakest. I mean, if you compare eras, that's fine. But I think if we look, if we just list off the great teams of the 2000s, if we say, okay, so the Miami Heat, great team, right? They had their run early 2010s. OKC Thunder with Durant, Westbrook, Ibaka.
Bro, you had the Brooklyn Nets there too. Like it was
every era is gonna have great teams at the top. Who was the 7th best team in 2014?
The 7th best team in the 2010s, or
probably around the Grizzlies around that
Grizzlies,
time.
Yeah, I would say the Memphis Grizzlies with Zach Randolph, Marc Gasol, Tony Allen, Mike Conley. Again, I think they were like a good
like there was such a shift. There was such a shift. But that's a good
mid-tier team. Like in any era, there's mid-tier teams.
No, but bro, there was such a shift because you'll have the top-heavy teams. You have the mid-tier teams. You have some mid teams, and then there'll be a shift. Bro, you had the Boston Celtics with Jeff Green. You had the Sixers. No. They were a bad team. The Bobcats, the Pelican, the Hornets,
the Bobcats were bad
in
2002. Like a lot of these teams were bad in 2002.
No, but it was tons, and I could look down the list. I just don't have it. I don't remember it off rip. I remember looking into this specifically in 2014. Like it was just a bad era of basketball, bro.
Like I think that the worst teams of the 90s were worse than the worst teams of the 2000s.
Yeah, but the 90s is trash too.
I mean, sure, if we were to say that.
The league added like 6 teams in one season. No, not hyperbole. But leagues adding teams left and right. Of course, the Kings were
always bad. The Kings were always bad. The Pistons was always bad. The Cavs, especially after LeBron James left, was majority part bad. The Orlando Magic was always bad. Bro, the Lakers, especially after Kobe getting hurt, were always bad. The Utah Jazz, like, what are we talking about? They were terrible.
So I just pulled it up. Mars, you asked about the 7th best team. Who was the 7th best team during the 2014 season? Is that correct, Mars? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
So if you think about the 2014 season, in the Eastern Conference alone, Indiana won 56 games. They were the number 1 seed, right? Mm-hmm. Miami Heat were the number 2 seed. They won 54 games. So in the Western Conference, San Antonio, they won 62 games. Oklahoma City won 59 games. They were the number 2 seed. Now, when you get to the East, you got Toronto, who won 48 games. Were they better than the Clippers in the West, who won 57 games?
No. 2014 Clippers, no.
Okay, so they weren't better than them. How about the Chicago Bulls in 2014? They won 48 games. Were they better than the Clippers?
No, they're not better than the Clippers.
Okay, so how about we got the Clippers as the 5th best team, because I don't think the Clippers were better than Miami or Indiana. So, and they weren't better than San Antonio, and they weren't better than Oklahoma City. So they're the 5th best team. So now we got the Toronto Raptors, we got the Bulls, we got the Brooklyn Nets.
What year are you looking at?
2014. And then in the Western Conference, we got the Trailblazers, we got the Rockets, we got the Warriors, and we got Memphis.
But even then, like, look at that team, right? The Raptors.
The only team that moves me there is the Grizzlies.
Like, exactly. They have a good record because of how bad the other teams are, right? Like
the Grizzlies?
Not the Grizzlies. Not the Grizzlies. The Raptors. The Grizzlies were a good team. I'm not going to discredit them. Their defense was great, especially with Mike Conley. But like, especially that was DeMar DeRozan, like first coming out party with Kyle Lowry, Amir Johnson, Patrick Patterson, Jonas, like, and he wasn't even that great.
Patterson.
Like, bro, like that's like, let's be honest. Like, come on. These are not great teams.
Jalen was a Miami Heat fan at this time.
And that season, Rudy Gay got traded because it's so sad. I talked to Chilltown about Rudy Gay. For some reason, whatever team Rudy Gay's part of, they're trash. Don't get it. And as soon as he leaves, they become getter. Doesn't make sense to me. I think he's a great player.
A bad team, though. The Raptors were not a bad team.
No, but you gotta understand, the only reason they're like a 48-win team is because they're in the East and they're going up against the Pistons. The Bucks were trash for so long.
I mean, wait, but every era has 5 to 10 teams that are trash in their era.
Nah, this amount right here, especially in one conference, I'm naming majority of East teams, Jalen. Majority of them is East teams. And that's insane.
If I go through the 2000s, can I do the same thing? But the East wasn't that strong. Like, I just feel like you can go through every era if you list out the teams.
But we speak about the East in the 2000s.
Yeah. I just think I just think every era, except for like when the West had like 7 or 8 50-win teams, except kind of that era.
That was the year. That year, 2014, the West had 50.
Yeah, except for that era.
All the teams that made the playoffs had 50 wins.
Yeah, super impressive.
I just missed it with 48.
You take that era. Even the Western Conference in the 2000s, it was Lakers, Spurs, the Kings were cool for a bit. Right. I mean, after that.
But even then, I would say that some of those
forget the Suns. Yep, just forget the Suns.
I would say that some of those teams there, I would think like they had better personnel.
I would say that. Looking at teams, what team? Like, let's go to 2000.
The argument for the 2000s is the East because the East was bad, and especially the early 2000s.
Yeah, go.
Everyone seems to unanimously agree with that.
It was just that 1 year in 2001 that the East was respectable. After that, it got, and I'm on record saying that the East was tough. But what I left out was that 1 year in 2001. Yeah, Philly went to the
Ray Allen Bucks team. That Ray Allen Bucks team is better than the Raptors.
To the NBA Finals. Sure. After that, like 2002, 2003, 2004, the Eastern Conference, it gets tricky. If I'm not mistaken, Mars, and I think I told you this. I think from 2000, I think 1 out of every 5 players that made the All NBA team was from the East. Everybody else was from the West. Mm-hmm. Everybody else was from the West.
If the Raptors were the 7th best team that year, you go to, let's say, a year like 2005 or 6. If you find the 7th best team, I'm going to assume that they would be relatively close to the Raptors and their personnel. I could be wrong, but I mean,
so again, we got Indiana and we got Miami, we got San Antonio, Oklahoma City, and the Clippers. Those are the 5 best teams, just in terms of record alone. Those are the 5 best teams in the NBA at that particular time.
And all great teams. I think all
the 6th best team record-wise in 06 was the Cavs.
The 6th best team record-wise.
06. Yeah, so the LeBron James Cavs. I mean, those Cavs against the Raptors, you break it down, like you get LeBron, and then the fall off after that.
So you got the Raptors winning that series?
I mean, no. He stayed there. I'm sorry, if you look at the roster for roster, you can make a case that the Raptors are a better team than that Cavs team, player for player. Because you take out LeBron James. Roster for roster, I think the Raptors are a better team than that Cavs team. But the LeBron James factor is just a different X factor there.
Yeah, I don't think Boston's played roster for roster personally, but maybe.
I would say who was the second and third best player on the Cavs team in 06?
Z, man, respect Big Z, man.
Yeah, I'm a Big Z, but I mean, Big Z.
The point is when we look down the history of like the 2010s, and I talked to Mars about like Stephen Curry and how he was dominating a league that just wasn't ready to be able to guard and maintain what the Warriors were doing because they were just doing something generational. Me personally, what happened in the 2010s was great to watch, but we just got to be honest with ourselves. That was just not a great era of basketball in my head. It just wasn't to me. Great for me because I grew up on it. It just wasn't. This era is better. This era of basketball in 2020s is clearly better to me. And I don't even think this
era has more. I think it has better players this era.
I think they have better defense and better players.
I think it's funny that
there's a lot.
Yeah, defense is harder to play. So when you see teams scoring 140 points, you just assume no one's playing defense. It's just very hard to play defense when you got to run everyone off the 3-point line. And then because everyone has to be run off the 3-point line, that makes the paint free, which means you have to collapse your defense to stop people getting layups, and then you're in rotation. Like you're probably going to give up an open shot on 90% of possessions. It's just about the defense is who do you want to take the open shot more than everyone else. That's what defense is at this point, because you're not going to stop teams from getting a good look 9 times out of 10. The best teams can maybe stop you from getting a good look occasionally, but you're not going to do it consistently. It's very hard.
And on top of that,
just to make it a math thing with the points per game, a lot of people be like, the points per game is why they don't play defense. No, like just use your heads. They're taking threes at the most they've ever had and playing at a very fast pace relative to what they were doing in the 80s. So you have the 80s pace where they scored a high number of points in the 80s, but we all think that they play great defense. And then you add on the freaking threes that they're taking now. I mean, it's just simple math. Of course, they're going to be scoring crazy numbers in today's day. It doesn't mean that they're not playing defense. It's just a lot of things going up in the points per game favor.
And it's also a different game too. We gotta remember that in today's game, you got a guy where if you get matched up 1-on-1, he's so nice with the peel that he can throw you in. He can basically throw you into a tailspin every play, as opposed to if I'm throwing it in the post to Jabbar, that's going to be difficult for you to handle. I think that's going to be difficult for you to handle for your big man. If I'm throwing this guy the ball, if I'm throwing Damian Lillard the ball and he's basically putting somebody in a blender on the regular, at least I got my big man behind me to clean up what Damian Lillard is doing. In the post, if I'm throwing the ball into the post and I'm throwing it in the Shaq, I'm throwing it in the Jabbar, I'm throwing it in the Patrick Ewing, and I'm constantly beating up on a guy. Well, I think that takes a little bit more of a toll on your team because it collapses your interior defense. So in today's game, when you got guys shooting the long ball and being so good with the peel, it's more likely that I can get you not to score as opposed to when I got a guy on the block where I'm constantly pounding on you, constantly beating up your defense.
Yeah, but now with more complex defenses, post play gets a bit not mitigated because you see what guys like Jokic and Embiid can do. But
now, when you say now, really quick, Miles, I don't want to interrupt you. When you say more complicated defenses, because we got the new illegal defensive rules, what do you mean more complicated defenses? Do you mean zone, things like that?
So it's alongside illegal defense, definitely a factor, and then also just the quality of shooting in the NBA makes doubling people in the post a lot less valuable than it was back in the day. Also, not having two bigs, you can double. Before you could double off the short corner or the dunker spot. There you go. You double the big. The pass is more difficult because you're doubling with a big man. Now you're doubling with wings and guards, and you're doubling off shooters, and then the movement, blah blah blah. So in the post, the doubles are more strategic now. So you have to be a good passer to really make post offense worthwhile. If you're a bad passer, you're not going to get many post touches because scoring at 50% from the post is 1 point per possession. That's terrible offense for today's league with how these teams are scoring from three. So you have to be able to collapse the defense and make the right read and create shots for other people to really make the post viable is how these NBA teams are viewing it. So that's why you're seeing the post-ups aren't dying because the best bigs are getting their post touches. But you're not going to see mediocre bigs get post touches because there's no reason to give Bismack Biyombo a post touch. There's just never a world in which that's your best form of offense. And the fact that it has been for some possessions for Memphis is a sign that they need Ja Morant because there's no reason Bismack Biyombo or Jaren Jackson should be getting post touches. But their offense is that bad that they're diverting to that. But I wanted to say, I think it's very... You don't notice how much the league changes as you're watching it. Like, someone who's just watched from 2017 to now, you don't notice that the league is just changing all the time. But then you go back and watch a 2017 game and compare it to now, the game has changed completely. Like as it's going on, the changes are so incremental that you don't notice them as they're going on. So like a tiny change will happen here and there. But then over 6 years, the league is just completely different. Like I go back and watch like 2015 games or 2016 games occasionally. It's a different league. I'm seeing two bigs on the floor. I'm seeing bigs stretching out to 17 feet. I'm seeing slow-footed wings. I'm seeing not many switching. It's all drop coverage everywhere. Like the league has changed so much in 7 years. And I think that's something that a lot of people don't grasp as it's happening, which is why you need to go back and watch.
And we did have bigs, David Robinson, Patrick Ewing, guys, Divock, guys who could knock down 15, 17 footers and play out of the mid post. We did have guys like that playing back then. But in today's game, when you're talking about the league changing, just from let's take out, I mean, like you just said, Moss, 2017. Let's go even more recent. I don't see nearly as many dribble handoffs in 2020 as I see today. I don't see nearly as many guys. I don't see nearly as many guys playing at the elbow as a big playing off of these guys with a lot of dribble action and a lot of cross action. I don't see nearly as much of that as I do today, as I did 4 or 5 years ago, right? I don't see nearly as many guys in terms of shooting the long ball. I do see guys shooting the long ball, but it's not many guys stopping and popping shooting the long ball 4 or 5 years ago as it is today. It's way more guys today doing that. Way more.
Yeah, the dribble handoffs it's a copycat league. The Nuggets and to a lesser extent the Warriors have got people. That dribble handoff is every team's running. I'm seeing Isaiah Hartenstein to Emmanuel Quickly dribble handoff. Who would have thought?
Isaiah
Who would have thought?
Right.
Who would have thought?
But that's what the league's doing now, and I think that's why I give credit to Nick Nurse. Nick Nurse is using Embiid like he's Jokic. Like if you watch the Sixers offense, that's how he's using Embiid as a passer, as a hub at the top of the key, dribble handoffs with Tyrese Maxey. Now he's not as good as Jokic as a passer, so it's not all the same. But he's putting him in similar spots. That's how you're going to use your bigs. The Kings have been using Sabonis like that for a year and a half. That's what you do with your bigs now. That's how you make them valuable in the perimeter, even if they can't shoot.
And it's also a good thing for Nick Nurse as a coach because he recognizes where Embiid is the most effective. Embiid is the most effective in terms of being on the box, on the right box. That's where he operates the most effectively. I see him in the mid post. I see him at the top of the key. And sure, I would love to see Shaq back. I would love to see David Robinson. I would love to see Ewing and Jabbar. Those guys are gone. And I have to accept that, right? Those guys are gone. And the big man has been updated. So now the big man plays outside in. And that's what Joel Embiid does. He doesn't dive right to the block when he's coming in transition. He'll stop at the free throw line. He'll stop at the three-point line. And then he'll have a dribble handoff and then dive to the block and draw attention where Tyrese Maxey will end up hitting the guy cross court, or he'll hit a guy in a corner for a wide open three. That's how much more I'm not going to say complex because I don't think that's the word, but that's how much more the offense has changed as opposed to there was no counters, Mars. A guy like David Robinson, he would get a dribble handoff and then he would dive to the block and then there was no counter. That's what we were doing. That's it. We're going right to him. There wasn't much action off the basketball outside of that. Same logic with Shaq. Same logic with Jabbar.
Got you. Let's get into some more of these super chats, right? Mm-hmm. Was Magic efficient enough in the mid-range to not get the rush treatment today? No disrespect, just curious as to how he'd be defended in today's era from MP13.
Yes, he was. Definitely.
Later on, yeah. Early on, but later
not so much. No, not so much. And he didn't have to be, Mars. And the reason why he didn't have to be is because you had bigs who they played one-on-one on the block. There really wasn't much double teaming. It was, guys like Jack Sikma, guys like Moses Malone. So I don't need to double team Jabbar, even though you probably should have, Darryl Dawkins, guys like that. So,
got you. Also, reminder to send super chats via PayPal and Cash App. Also, I want you guys to understand to make sure you grab your merch as well, man. Link is barcode is right here for you guys to scan. Send a video from Nick the Tri-State. Appreciate you, fam. Nick the Tri-State again. BBLs for shorties with insecurities.
Sure. Everyone got insecurities.
Easy BZ became a YouTube member. Appreciate you, brother. Good evening, PC. For the in-season 20, invite 34 teams outside of the NBA to participate. 64 teams equals 1 round knockout. Cups are exciting as you don't play teams you usually play.
No. Like I told you before, Irv, we already had that. The NBA champion used to go over to Europe to play in the McDonald's Open and win in Berlin in the McDonald's Open, and they did that already. That's how you determine who the NBA champion was. That's how you determine who the world champion was. They did that already.
And the NBA would just have too much.
I promise you, Detroit go out in the first round
against the European. That's the NBA just has too much to lose
whoever they play. 89 J Stubbs. I like the Winning Time TV show, but the biggest mistake was they took way too many liberties. Half the show had a lot of stuff wrong and got canceled.
I mean, they have to do what's good for TV. They have to do what's good for TV and make the necessary adjustments and changes.
I wish they bring it back. I did like the show. I actually did. Almighty Lambo. Lust has overcome you do. It's a lack of love in your heart. I hope one day you receive the love you're all missing. I say shaking my head. But yeah, I smash if no one knew.
That's what it is. See, shout out True Love. It is what it is. But a lot of dudes.
Dub, you know what that sound like? That sound like, you need help, my man. But if I was in the bank, I'd rob it too.
I need help too, bro.
Give me a break.
That's why I say we gotta be real. We gotta be realistic,
break.
man. We gotta be.
Well, you Dub, you foul for you need help for wanting to rob that bank. But if I was in the bank by myself, I don't think I would have left that money in there neither.
Yeah, if that register was wide open, why not take a couple hundred? You know?
Which one is it, yo?
Bino, Aunt chose Chief Keef baby mama. Ticket and Dub are sick individuals. I wouldn't be surprised if y'all caught anything messing with these girls.
I mean, no one's trying to make these. Yeah, no one's trying to make these girls.
I'm not condoning this activity. I'm not. I'm just saying I get it. Like, let's be real here. Let's not crucify the man. Like, we're all men up here. Like, we don't understand what goes on, fam. Like, so I can understand us have a problem with it, but I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yeah, Aunt, you're this and that, you're this. No, bro. Like, I get it, and everyone should get it. It's so easy to sit here and criticize somebody when you're not in that scenario. But majority on that scenario, bro, let's be real. Like, let's be freaking real, fam. Screw the BBL mess up. You still going in. Like, come on.
But yeah, but hey, make sure the girl you choose to be the mother of your kids is the good one. You don't want to mess that one up. That's the most important decision you'll make in your life. Who will be the mother to your kids?
Facts. Culture Sonder, appreciate you. Isn't this a basketball pod? It is. And we've talked about law, order, and BBLs. MP13, Dub needs some help. Buddy out here promoting real sad behavior. This entire conversation is crazy. Y'all need some moralistic guidance.
Everyone's lying in the chat, man.
Understanding people is me condoning the actions, I guess. I guess we could all lie to ourselves, man. Ad block. Bring back shaming because y'all down bad. Y'all don't
I know you got your tissue paper and lotion next to you, buddy.
Nick try to state Shorty ain't had is a bop. Booty not matching the thigh size.
The ratio was a little off, but
I don't even know if I should even be reading these. That's the issue. I don't even know if I should be reading these.
People spend their hard-earned money, man. You got to read them.
Money equals power. Power equals more responsibility and higher standards. But please move on. Nobody wants to hear this TMZ stuff from your stuff. Appreciate you, brother. Styles Black, appreciate you. Did y'all see McCann's interview when he said cats on the team when he was on the Wolves was knocking down the coaches' wives?
I did not.
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, these athletes, again, they're going to be, especially when you're in your 20s, have millions of dollars in the bank. You feel like you're invincible. You're going to do whatever you want. That's just kind of the nature of what it is. So it's definitely not surprising. Should you be doing it? Probably not. But is it surprising? No.
This is insane. Y'all need to check out Oak Hill Christian versus NDSU. It was a game you'll remember forever.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. It was the score was 108 to 14.
Is Oak Hill Academy still a powerhouse? Because remember, like 2000s, early 2010s, they were like a huge name, but now I don't hear about them as much anymore.
Everyone I'm on Verge.
Got you. Elwick, Culture Sounder, and produced by Donna became members. So appreciate you guys. Jalen, somebody's telling me that you have an announcement to make. And I'm curious.
Rob, put it out there. December 23rd. Your boy's making a debut in the debates.
It's
gonna be problems. Hey, shout out Zeezy. You a good dude? You a good dude? Let's keep it real, man. This is LeBron James versus Patrick Beverly. This is Kobe Bryant versus Raja Bell. It's gonna be a 3-0 every goddamn round. Zeezy, you just first on the hit list. Everyone's coming up next. Everyone getting killed. We're coming prepared. I'm telling you right now, you better come prepared. Ain't no joke. I've seen some of these debates people be doing. People ain't coming prepared. People coming out here lazy. We not doing that. It's 3-0 every round. Get your popcorn ready. I'm telling you, it's gonna be different. It's gonna be different.
This man Jalen nearly lost to SB, but
you got
we've been cooking. I've been cooking on the other channel over there. We've been cooking.
Jalen, I heard you on PEDs, man. What's up with that, bro?
Yeah, it's all natural, babies. After my debate performance, you're gonna think that too. But it's gonna be all natural. It's gonna
all natural.
All natural. I'm
You got a Christmas sweater on? You've had a Christmas sweater on?
Jalen is hilarious.
I'm telling you. Hey, Ticket. When it's time for you to get cooked, all that off the top stuff ain't gonna work with me. That off the top stuff is not gonna work with me. I promise you.
Jalen,
You better
the easiest work out here, bro.
No, Ticket. I'm telling you, it's 3-0 every round to get you. I see you debate. You just go with narratives. I'm not here to debate ESPN narratives. We bring in the facts. We bring in the logics. We bring in the structured. I'm telling you, it's gonna be bad.
Where y'all? Hey, Mars, where did you find your understudy from, man? I blame all this on Mars.
That's crazy.
This is your open gym understudy, Mars.
Oh my God!
Shout out Open Gym. Mars a dub for sure. But no, it's gonna be bad. I'm telling you. What you about to see?
I'm actually curious to see how the Jalen versus Ticket thing will go. The LeBron versus MJ debate.
Actually, very Zeezy gonna get killed real quick. Shout out Zeezy, good dude, but it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
Chill versus Mookie.
Hold on,
Wavy.
Man, you wasting your time with man. Come on, that's a waste of time, bro.
That's a waste of time. Hey man, I just gotta kill whoever they put in front of me. Got the call for Zeezy. We're gonna get that work done. That work can come next. You can come next. Chill Time got love for you, but you can come next. Mars got love for you. You can come next. Dub, I seen your
Don't say me. Don't say me. Don't say me.
You can come next.
I just don't want you to say come next. Please stop. I don't want
Ticket. Jalen, that dude. Ticket. Jalen is that dude that you get in the ring and he'll punch himself in the face. That's who he is.
Oh, okay. See, you're gonna be filled with gray hairs after I'm done with you.
That's the type of dude.
Filled with gray.
You can let him beat himself. Like he'll punch himself in the face. You ain't got to punch him in the face.
You gonna watch. Hey, if you want to see some early, if you want to see some, what's about to come down, you can go and check out FYF too. We give him a preview. We give him a preview of cooking dudes.
This man been saying come on the whole time. Like, dang, bro. Say Chill can come, Ticket can come, Mars can come. Like, come on, bro.
You know what I mean.
Well, it's good to have you, Jalen, and it's probably good to have you on the debate squad. And I want
man, they said Jalen got a whole. You gonna see? Jalen got a whole nightgown on right now, man. Come on, bro.
You are definitely in your pajamas.
Hey, Jalen, stand up. You in your pajamas, man?
You still wear pajamas?
I don't wear pajamas. No, it's just a shirt. Just a regular. I don't know where the shirt from.
Oh, that's a shirt?
Yeah, it's a shirt. It's a shirt.
It's just a shirt. That's a soccer shirt.
Oh, man. Jalen, I heard that was a one piece, man.
One piece. No one piece for me. No one piece is for me. I'm gonna leave that to the cuties.
You know who I want to see you debate, though? I want to see you debate, yeah.
I'm gonna let him, man.
Mars, what's wrong with your boy, Mars? Mars, what is wrong with this guy, Jalen, man? Something wrong with this dude,
What's this going to do with me?
Something seriously wrong with this dude. Bro, listen, Mars. First of all, he started talking about LeBron James out the blue.
I said I'm gonna leave the one piece for the cuties. It's crazy.
Oh my God! Hey, man, I think you taking the same stuff Bron taking, man. God, dog, bro.
I don't think I can afford the stuff he's taking.
I've never met a dude. I've never met a dude so big and so soft.
Jalen the type of dude that be in the gym looking at himself more than he be working out.
He ain't even working out. He just in the gym like this.
Yeah, you gotta check yourself out, make sure it's all right. Okay. Hey man, sometimes you gotta do that. You gotta appreciate the hard work you put in.
Yeah. Hey, chill, he ain't working.
He ain't lifting one weight. He been in there 20 minutes. He ain't touched the weight.
Jalen be flexing to himself when he be doing his dumbbells, bro. I see it. I don't know why you flexing to yourself. That don't make sense to me.
Hey man, it's gotta feel good, look good, feel good, baby.
Hey, dude, this man be in the camera doing his hair and everything. When you got the nicest hair up here. When you got the nicest hair up here, I know y'all ain't talking about hair, Ticket. You gotta grow some hair before you can talk about hair. Come on now. Hey, hold on. You want to put some money on that?
Ticket got hair.
I'm taking all that. I'm taking all that. I want y'all niggas say something crazy. I'm taking all that.
Oh my God. Yeah. But hey, like the video, subscribe, man. It was a nice episode of Law, Order, and BBLs. Salute to everybody.
Hey, hold on, Doug. I want to ask one last question. Do y'all think that do you guys think Philly need to make a move?
They should make a move. I don't think they could win a chip until they get like a more reliable second option, but they got to make sure they don't make a move that hurts their team as well.
This is the same logic that Ticket was talking about with the Phoenix Suns. Dub, do not let Joel Embiid off the hook. We've seen dominant big guys take teams to the NBA championship. And this guy, this is his opportunity to do that. Barring health, only except we've seen this dude over the last couple of years break down, and he's gotten hurt, even though some of it wasn't his fault. I'm not going to fight that. Some of that stuff wasn't his fault. The meniscus wasn't his fault. Him getting his face broken wasn't his fault. I won't argue that. However, he's in a position this season, the way that this team is put together, with Maxey, with Tobias Harris, with DeAnthony Melton, one of the better rotate. He's one of the better late starters in their rotation guys. This team is put together with the coach that they have in Nick Nurse to win the NBA championship. The difference is going to be Joel Embiid. He's got to be the one to perform late in the season and in the playoffs. And we've seen dominant bigs like Hakeem Olajuwon throw team, not necessarily throw team. I don't think he has to throw this team on his back, but I think he has to perform better in the postseason in order for them to have a legit shot at winning the NBA championship. And he hasn't shown us that he can do that yet because of health issues.
He'll be healthy.
And if he's healthy, Mars, now I got to see him perform. I do have to see him perform. I do have to see it.
The Sixers, actually, I mean, they look phenomenal. They're blowing out teams. You know, it seems like
you ain't just see them lose to Chicago.
I mean, look, no, Chicago 100%.
You ain't see Alex Caruso.
Hey, but Embiid had a 40, almost had a. Embiid had 40 though.
Yeah, but Embiid, cool. You see Alex Caruso play defense? Man,
I mean, look,
put him on a contender, man.
I think they need a point guard. They need an actual point guard who can create for his teammates. Someone realistic who I think they can get, maybe can help. TJ McConnell, if he's available. Again, someone realistic. TJ McConnell on that team, I think, could help him.
Who I did
see. TJ McConnell.
I'm just saying realistic. Look, sure, I can think some big name, but a guy who they can get, create for his teammates, good facilitator. TJ McConnell on that Philly team, I think he can definitely help him out.
Mars, who I did see in terms of playing defense, because I made it a point to watch him. If your man Isaacs could stay healthy, he could be extremely impactful. If he could stay healthy, he could be extreme. Because in the 5-10 minutes, in the 10-12 minutes that I've watched him, he does do things that help units. If I could get that for 25 minutes, if I could get that for 20 to 25 minutes, him shooting gaps, him keeping the ball away from guys for possessions, throwing off teams offensively, if I could get that for 20, 25 minutes, I think that you would have something with him. The difference is that I don't know if he can hold up. That's the problem.
Is he still on a miss limit?
Impactful 13-minute player in NBA history.
Is he on a miss limit?
The Lord will carry his soul.
Hey, let me ask y'all a question. Hey, Mars, let me ask y'all a quick question, Doug. So if it's all going bad when Ja comes back and it doesn't look like it's going to get back on track, if you're Philly, do you put up everything except for Embiid to go get Ja?
No.
I don't think so. What would you give up? I don't think you give up
Tyrese. You start with Maxey.
Okay.
Then you're probably talking Harris. Then you're probably talking Paul Reed.
Okay. I would wait.
Oh, I'm not giving up the whole team for Ja Morant.
Yeah, no,
I would wait for the offseason to do that, because trying to put Ja on the crew right now, especially having time off, I just don't see a realistic window for them to sit here and win on that team. At least I think for this season right now, they have a better chance right now because of continuity. I would trade. That's not enough time. That's not enough time for them to find it.
If you put Ja with Embiid, that puts them instantly right there at the top of the East.
I don't know this off the rep. How many teams won a chip when they just completely deconstructed their roster in the middle of the season and won a chip like that? I've never. I don't know.
Deconstructed. The Rockets didn't deconstruct, but they got.
I mean, they did flip it in '95. Houston, they
got
off, they got off Otis Thorpe, which was a huge part of what they were doing. They got off Vernon Maxwell, which is another.
Hold on, LeBron did it a number of years.
He didn't win finals. He got
he did it. He did it in 18. That's when they flipped the roster. They didn't win it though. That was the question. And to compound that point, I mean, didn't we see that 2 years ago when James Harden came over to Philly? We did see that when James Harden came over. This is a 20-10 guy getting on his roster. When you doing that to a crew in the middle of the season, which by the way, Philly is not bad. Philly is rolling right now. Don't get me wrong, Mars. They did lose to Chicago last night, and I don't think that they're gonna win every game. No question about that. But they are rolling right now. and to now disrupt that after everything that you built with Tobias Harris, after everything that you built with Maxey, to now bring in Ja, who at that point would have probably played maybe 20 games, maybe 25 games, and now you're going to throw him on that Philly unit and expect it to just work out like that? No.
Yeah, that don't make sense to me, bro. But next year, I think it will be a good move for next year. But remember to buy your merch, grab your merch from the PC channel, bro. Appreciate y'all tuning in to Open Gym next episode, and we'll see y'all, bro. Peace. Salute.
Later.
Tis the season. Find true love.